Tensions are high, the atmosphere is high. Formula One returns after its summer break to Spa in Belgium. It's wet, it's windy, it's Spa at its very most dangerous. Welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix. Formula One returns after its summer break to Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium for round 12 of the season. So Hamilton, as well as Verstappen, Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez are the only 4 drivers to win a race so far this season. Coming into the second half of the year, the calendar takes a little bit of an unusual turn. We now have a triple header here in Belgium, then off to the Netherlands next weekend for the return to Zandvoort, rounding up with the second of the sprint races as well, and the Italian Grand Prix on the 12th of September. After that, we go off to Russia, and that is the last confirmed Grand Prix. After that, we go into uncertainty. The Turkish Grand Prix, also on the red list for the UK, is in doubt. Japan has been cancelled, replaced with a to-be-confirmed race. Further down as well, the United States Grand Prix could double up or not be on the calendar, with Texas COVID cases rising. Mexico and Brazil in the same situation as COVID. Another race to be confirmed as well on the 21st November. Saudi Arabia's track is still not ready, and Abu Dhabi is facing difficulty changing its layout. One thing that is for sure coming into this weekend is that Lewis Hamilton leads the title by 8 points to Max Verstappen. With not scoring any points, Lando Norris, Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez remain 3rd, 4th and 5th in the standings after their crash at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Then we get Carlos Sainz ahead of Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, Danny Ricciardo, and victory in Hungary puts Esteban Ocon onto the first page inside the top 10. Further down, Fernando Alonso still on 38 points. Then we get Sebastian Vettel on 30. Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll 13th and 14th, both on 18 points. Finally, Williams have points after a great race for them in Hungary. Nicholas Latifi has 6. George Russell has 4. Raikkonen got the 10th spot as well after Vettel's disqualification, giving him an extra point. 1 point for Giovinazzi, and the only 2 drivers with no points are Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. In terms of the championship and the constructors, Mercedes lead that as well by 12 points to Red Bull Racing. Ferrari and McLaren stay 3rd and 4th. Alpine now move up to 5th on 77 and way ahead of AlphaTauri, who are on 68. 20 points back, Aston Martin. Williams finally on the board now, moving into 8th with the crucial 10 points. Alfa Romeo now have 3, and the only team not on the board with points, Haas F1, who have 0. It's time for the qualifying hour for the Belgian Grand Prix of 2021. Hello everybody, welcome to qualifying. Coming up for you in around about 20 minutes time as well. The anticipation is high for this one. Wet weather threatening throughout. We've already had a wet FP3 and a very wet session as well for the Formula 3 session that got underway early on this morning. More heavy rain coming in as well, so anticipations for a load of red flags and a load of people doing this. Can't do anything. Call the Reds out. It's going to be an interesting one as well. But the announcement was made just before we came on air during FP3 that there has been a calendar change. It will now be a 22 Formula 1 race calendar with the removal of one to be confirmed race. So that drops off from Singapore. The replacement for the Japanese Grand Prix is now the Qatar Grand Prix as well. Singapore won't be replaced. Neither will Australia. So the Turkish Grand Prix back on the calendar, that goes to the 10th of October as well. Then it's followed 2 weeks later by a race at the United States. Then a week later we're in Mexico. A week later Brazil. A week later we're in Qatar as well. So Mexico starts a new triple header of races as well to round out this dramatic season for Formula One. It's going to be absolutely fantastic as well. Then Saudi Arabia as well. And the Grand Prix will be go for the following race of Abu Dhabi. Yep, Qatar going to join the calendar. Now, for those of you who watch MotoGP with us, you've already seen 2 races at Qatar this year. Be prepared to see a 3rd race at the circuit. That's going to be the host of the first ever Formula 1 Qatar Grand Prix, and we can't wait for that one. So, on to the business then, and let's take a look around this circuit. First of all, with the Commentators Challenge between me and Megan. So we're back after the summer break, and it's time for round 12 of the Commentator Challenge as well. I'm on 6, Megan's on 5, and we come to Spa-Francorchamps, the longest track on the calendar as well, and it's 10:19 in the morning. So we've got a little bit of time before the free practice 3 session starts. So you looking forward to it?
Kinda. I'm looking forward to how wet it is out there. It's supposed to be.
For the F1 or...
the F1.
Yeah, I was going to say. Right, hit X when you're ready.
Wait,
we'll start.
I personally don't think I'm going to win this because...
It's Spa?
It's a long track and I'm not used to things like that, so...
Let's have a go.
I'm fully expecting me to lose.
Here come the lights. 3 lights. 4 lights. 5. Long hold. And we're away. Megan's Lando Norris. I'm Kimi Raikkonen in the Alpha. So I'd barely be saying anything because we break into La Source for the first time. Both get an okay exit. Now, we all know the Source isn't really the opportunity to have a go. It's all about the run through Eau Rouge and up the hill towards Radillon. Megan's in the wall. Well, okay, I'll just take that because I'm actually a downside here because you can get the drag and just have a much easier run down towards Le Combs. I like being back on F1 2020. You know, F1 2021, you touch the curves, you spin round. F1 2020 is just a bit more forgiving. I'll say that as I run wide. That runoff's wider in the game than it is in real life. I've just noticed. Oops.
It has to be.
Yeah. Get your corners right for Speaker's Corner. Touch the exit. Puong next.
Oh, way ahead of me. I'm just... My only hope right now is that you do that. Yeah,
I did a Giovinazzi. I just got on the grass at the exit of Puong. It's easily done. Fanya. Oh, that is complete. Oh. How did you miss me?
By turning out the way.
That is an Alpha from last year moment at the same part of the track. They're incredibly tail happy, these cars. Also, just turn your fuel down. You don't want to run out of fuel.
I don't know how to do that.
Never mind. Just keep on racing. There's yellow in the Formula 3 race that's happening at the moment. We cannot take Blanchimont. Flat out through Blanchimont. Now the bus stop chicane. I knew you were going to do that. Oh!
Did you know I was going to do that?
Oh, she's off. Not the pit lane, not the pit lane.
Nothing happened.
That was very well avoided, Megan, from the pit lane. Into the source! They're brake testing me. She's brake testing me. Now don't muck up Eau Rouge, alright? Last thing we need. Up the hill. This is Eau Rouge! In case you realise, damage is off and the penalties systems are off as well, otherwise we'll never get anything done. I'll do a Hakkinen. Up I go. What the hell's that? Debris. Have you lost your front wing?
Who knows?
Something went off. No, you still got it. I was going to say, damage is off. I was just like, where did that... Something flew off into the distance. And
it was called a board.
Oh, I see. Into Ravage. Oh, the car just drags you out.
It does.
Speaker's Corner.
I can't get that right.
Oh. Do you see the speed difference as well? That's insane. Fanya on the brakes, not wanting to stop. Don't want to lock up the tyres either because the ABS isn't on. Whoa, where did you come from?
Behind.
Thank you.
This is quite like Ricardo moves. Oh.
What, in terms of what? Slicing up the inside?
Yeah.
Car's unstable at the rear. Can't get the brakes. Stop, 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 stop. I don't know, Hamilton. Cutting through at the exit of the last corner.
I don't even know how that last corner works.
It's the bus stop. Nobody does.
All aboard.
Right, into La Source. Nice and easy.
With a McLaren in your way.
Oh. Don't hit the pit wall exit. Down to a Rouge. Just straight line it. Oh. Hey, you did a Rouge. You
Yay.
braked, but not bad.
No, I didn't brake.
Oh, okay, well done. Oh, got the DRS. But here comes Kimi Raikkonen in the best Crofty voice. I still can't get through without DRS. Oh, yes, I can move it.
Because I braked.
Oh, and then hit me, and then hit off yourself.
Bye.
It's happened again.
I actually didn't mean to do that. I didn't know you were that close.
I didn't know you were that close either.
For once, I didn't mean to hit you.
Oh, controlling these things.
I managed to get through fair.
Oh, speakers.
Yeah, speakers.
Well done. Oops, pay attention. Just trying to look to the recording button. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. Lost it in Puang.
Just get myself back on.
That inside curb is brutal.
Oi!
I didn't hit you.
No, he forced me off the track.
I know where this is going. Let's take an avoiding action. This last lap is worse than Raikkonen and Hamilton back in 08. Oh, back into the wall at the exit of Fanya. Into Stavolo. Now it's a straight, basically run to the bus stop, so it's just flat out now.
I'm not good at the bus stop.
Who is good at the bus stop?
Bus drivers.
It used to be an actual bus stop as well, so I don't know why it changed.
Vision, they changed it.
Stavolo, oh sorry, Blanchimont. Oh! Not again, not again! Megan slides off, and I don't know where she is. Oh, there she is. Oops.
I thought I saw you somewhere. Oh!
Hi, I'm going to the line.
Hold on, I'm not fully on the track yet.
Oh, you knocked me out the line.
Did I win?
I think so, yeah.
I don't like how it's showing red.
That's just because I'm player one. Let's take a look. Did Megan win, or has she beaten again?
Finish.
Well, to be fair, you sort of skidded across the track. Megan wins by 0.175, so it's 6-6 now. It's level.
Yay!
Well, I think Puan did it for me, and then you slid across the track and jumped.
Why do I feel like we're going to end this race? This
with the
season?
23rd race?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably will be. You won last time, so it's only time I win. In terms of the commentator challenge a couple of years ago. Right, here we go then. 6-6 apiece. It's an absolutely fantastic track. Me and Megan now level in terms of battles, 6 apiece. We'll see what happens next time out. We're at the beach venue at Zandvoort as well. Okay, let's take a proper look around this circuit now with Lap Attack. On the other side, Megan Birch will join me in the commentary box for qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix. Let's take a look around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Belgium. 7 kilometres long, 19 turns with 9 to the left and 10 to the right. 2 DRS detection zones. It is the highest and longest track of the year. Starting a lap then on board with one of the McLarens. Downhill towards turn 1. The La Source hairpin. down to second gear, 95 kilometers an hour. Control the exit, don't put too many wheels wide as you head down the National Straight. Coming in to the Red Water Eau Rouge, flat out 8th gear to 315 as you climb the hill to the top of Radillon and come down the Kemmel Straight, 8th gear, 325 kilometers an hour. You're flat out with the DRS as you drop down all the way to the Lacombe chicane, 4th gear, 180. Rise that up as you come into Malmedy now in 6th gear and 235 kilometers. Drop down towards Ravage, down to 4th gear, 140 kilometers. Drop down to 3rd of the track. Grip hasn't got it as you come into Speaker's Corner through turn 9. Flat out then towards Pouhon at turns 10 and 11. Flat out, 8th gear usually at 290 kilometers an hour at the exit as you rise up towards the Fagnes chicane. Drop all the way down, 5th gear, 175 kilometers an hour as you brave your way through to Stavelot. Down, 6th gear, down to 4th gear at the exit. Curve to Port Frere, you're in 7th gear, 295 kilometers an hour as you rise up, 310, 325 kilometers an hour as you blast through turn 16, the first part of the fearsome Blanchimont now, flat out if you dare, before you come into the modified bus stop chicane, all the way down to, once again, 2nd gear, just 110 kilometers an hour. Ride the curbs, control the exit, fire it to the line, and that is a lap of Spa-Francorchamps. Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box to a very wet, windy, damp Spa-Francorchamps. It's time for qualifying for the 12th round of the new 22 race calendar of the season. Definitely makes Hungary the halfway point regardless. 22 races now on the calendar. Spa-Francorchamps split into Dutch-speaking north, the Flanders, and the French-German-speaking, the Wallonder side. The circuit is the southest of the circuit as well and forms on the latter of the side of the country. This circuit promoting strong support for local businesses sourcing food locally to minimise food miles travel, and of course the climate control. Belgium is famous for trying to bring it down. 4.352 miles over 7 kilometres this circuit as well. Top speed 147.4 miles an hour. Elevation change at 102.2 metres. Something tells me that the top speed won't be reached today though in these wet conditions. In terms of action zones, well, back in 2020 Gasly versus Perez was the way to go. Side by side up Eau Rouge and Radillon. In the La Fagnes chicane, Giovinazzi got it all wrong and slammed into the barriers, almost brought out a red flag as well for contact with George Russell as well. And down at the chicane all the way back in 2010, Vettel in slippery conditions on the slick tyres hit the side of the 2009 champion Jenson Button. In terms of the tyres, it's the soft C4, the medium C3 and the hard C2. However, the biblical, and I mean biblical, conditions we've got out here today means we're going to see the wet blue marked tyres used most. I don't think anyone is going to bother with the green intermediates. It is that bad. Traffic jams getting in, the campsites all the way round, and we've been told that the start of qualifying will be delayed, and you can absolutely understand why. It is biblical out here as well at Spa. There is traffic jams piled up, there's mudslides everywhere, the rain is coming to the Ardennes forest, which means we are in for a delay. Air temperature is at 14 degrees, track temperature 16 degrees as well, humidity is at 93%, wind speed is 7.5 kilometres, blowing in from the northwest as well. From 53 races here, there have been 32 different pole sitters. Lewis Hamilton has the most pole positions here with 6. McLaren are the most starts from the front row. They've taken pole position on 11 occasions. The British drivers, good news for Lewis Hamilton, have more success here as well. Graham Hill Hill, along with Nigel Mansell, Mike Hawthorne, John Surtees, Jim Clark, Jackie Stewart and Lewis Hamilton, and Jenson Button, taking 16 poles between them. Here's a look at the new calendar then. After this race, we'll go over to the Netherlands next weekend and Italy the weekend after. A week's break before we go over to Russia, and then we'll go over to Turkey as well, now on the 8th to the 10th of October. Drop further down, 2 weeks later we're in the USA, and then a break of a week, and then we go over to Mexico to start a triple header with Brazil on the 14th of November, and then we get a to-be-confirmed race on November 21st. That looks to be the Qatar Grand Prix, and the last two races on the 5th of December and the 12th of December take part in Saudi Arabia and in Abu Dhabi as well. The clock should start within 2 minutes. However, the conditions are less than superb, which means that the start of qualifying is delayed here for the Grand Prix of Belgium. Had to happen, I'm afraid. Maximum Spartastic there for Max Verstappen, as he gets the top honours there as well, as we get ready for a little bit of a delay. Alongside me in the commentary box will be Megan Birch when she makes her way down. This, of course, rain will affect the W Series coming up later on as well. The entire situation is just going to absolutely swing around. It's lovely blue skies here in the UK, if you can just see behind our commentary box window as well here as the conditions wait. The radar suggesting more rain incoming as well. We'll be showing you that in just a second. It is bizarre, the amount of rain we've had. Let's hear from Mercedes Team Radio.
Still be a record-breaking season if we get all 22 in. Minute warning. Thank you. Thanks.
So that is the FIA race control. Michael Masi and Mercedes just talking with each other there, saying that we'll have a 5-minute warning when this session will go green, which I suppose is okay enough, but surely they're going to need longer than that to get these cars ready. So the safety car is heading up at Eau Rouge now as well. The scene yesterday of a very nasty accident in the W Series as well, and you can understand as well the drivers as well are just as reluctant out there on the circuit as well. If you want to know why we're in this delay, let's take a look at the driver tracker as well, which has been converted right now into the weather control for the radar. There you can see the radar as well. Absolutely chucking it down here at Spa, and zero chance that this session is going to start on time. You can see as well the big red cloud just coming into Spa. If you look where we are, actually, we are right here in Francfort, in a nice little bit of radar weather with all the rain around as well. And that's what we're trying to wait out as well. That ambition on the circuit as well for what's happening. The start of the session has been delayed, as we know, and there will be a 5-minute warning prior to the start of qualifying number 1. Lewis Hamilton just looking on then as well, waiting to get going. Sorry, I've just realised that that clock has started on that control panel there. That wasn't supposed to happen, as you can tell with the radar chat and everything. So let me just switch all those off because we are in a red procedure effectively where this session has not started and looks very unlikely to start. So there's a look at the weather radar as it currently is. We'll go over to our group chat in just a second as well, that we have option here in the box to hear from everybody. So here's our group chat now, as you can see. Hello to Synthel, who says, what's up? Hello to the dude in blue suit, who says, who will get pole position? Well, it's a big if qualifying even starts. Everyone getting ready to go in, but it does not look good at all at the moment here as we're waiting. It was low grip conditions. Risk of rain is 100%. We knew we were going to hit it for qualifying as the safety car comes round Stavelot as well. It looks to be okay at the moment. So if you're just joining us and you're wondering where qualifying is, we're in a delay because of the weather. The Q1 delayed at the moment. There'll be a 5-minute warning when we eventually go green. Megan Bird's just walking into the commentary box now. Pops on a headset, unmutes her microphone.
I forgot my notes.
All right, Megan, we're in a situation where we're just waiting for the rain to stop. Look at the radar as well. We're slap bang.
Jeez.
We're slap bang here in the middle of a big rainstorm that's been coming in. We'll show it now on the screen, look. And we're just waiting it out, and it's still moving. There's a chance we could go green, but there's more. Yeah, there's more rain coming. So, what do you expect is going to happen? Do you expect to go green at all today?
Honestly, not really. I don't
No.
expect anything to go green today.
Because it takes so long for the track to dry. It takes so long for it all to get ready.
Maybe tomorrow morning.
The timing
So
says a bit much, yeah. We've got until
maybe just shoes.
We've got until 9. We've got until 9. We've got until 8 o'clock here in Belgium. So that's 7 o'clock in the UK, 8 o'clock around European time as well, to get this session in before the daylight fades as well. And there's only going to be a 5-minute warning, so we've got plenty of time. But look at the amount of standing water the safety car's bringing up, Megan, through a Rouge. Look at that, through a Rouge as well. There's standing waters. Yeah, there's standing water so much down through a Rouge. It really is completely unbelievable. And so much at the top of the hill at Radion. You send a car out there. We're in a situation like what we saw yesterday in the W Series as well, where we had a horrible accident at the top of the hill involving 6 cars and sending 2 drivers off to hospital. Thankfully, they're all okay. And I know I've seen a lot of comments saying, very derogatory comments as well, saying, oh, well, women drivers can't race in the rain. No, that is completely not the question.
No driver can race in the rain.
No driver can race in the rain like that. They are the best drivers in the world. And honestly, I've really enjoyed watching the W Series, as you have. It's been really close, exciting racing. And let me tell you something. Girls can drive. Women can drive. Everybody can drive. Yeah.
At Spa.
It's a great series as well, the W Series, and they're going to go out later after the Formula 1 session. But in wet weather conditions, how much is it going to be playing in their minds, the fact that yesterday 6 of them flew off the track and hit the wall at Eau Rouge?
I think that's all they're going to be thinking about. I think they're going to be thinking, I'm scared to go near a Rouge right now.
We even saw this morning in wet weather conditions, everyone was just lifting off ever so slightly through a Rouge.
And this is
in the
way
practice.
Worse.
Yeah, nobody wanted to actually hit the pedal flat out through a Rouge and hit it like it's going to go for it. Everyone was just respecting the limits as possibilities, weren't they?
Because it looked like I was just a floating head.
Yeah, and I've just realised that your headset's actually caught on there. So if just that, it just looked like your floating head. So we're waiting then. Everyone's going to go out on the full wet tyre. You get 3 of those across the weekend as well. So considering that tomorrow, Megan, it's going to be a wet race as well. That's a little bit of a worry in terms of holding everything back and just making so. Yeah, let's just go for it. Tomorrow's race is going to be wet as well. Nearly as bad as it is for the race. It's set in all the weekend. We've just got to let it go. We're opening up Twitter as well. So at Joshua Birch 99, use the hashtag JB Motorsports to get in touch as well. We'll bring you all the latest information that we've got from Twitter as well. Let's have a look. Immediately we've got Marina says, "Do I love F1? Yes. Is this love 45% because of Spa-Francorchamps? Probably," they say, question mark. So yeah, absolutely out there as well. Look at that, the wetness they've just brought up the track there as well. Some others as well. Neil Warding says, "Funny who you just quietly stand in front of an old car signing a Spa here as well." Let's have a look here. The 1992 Ford. Hello. There's Edge Roy on there as well. Just walking by as well. Please get vaccinated, says, "This is why I want to drive the safety car. Look what he gets to do. Can you imagine running Spa on your own with no one else around there? Oh, what fun." Absolutely agree there as well. And we're sort of in a strange situation, Megs, as well, where we're waiting for the session to start and nobody's happening out there. Nothing's happening out there either. Well, we've been asked what we want for tea. I want, what do I want? I'm off to the pub, so after this, so just tell her I'll have some chicken, rice and chicken. Mum asking there, what do we want for tea? What do you all want for tea back at home as well? We're in a delay. We may as well fill it somehow as well. Qualifying will start at 15:12. So that is 12 minutes past the hour. So we have 5 minutes away from the start of qualifying.
What do I want?
So the session Q1 will end at 1/2 the hour. So we are nearly there as well for the start of qualifying. Let's open up the chat then. So we are going to go green. Not that long of a delay then, Megs, with the radar. I was expecting more of a delay, to be fair. But if we take a look at the weather forecast, where we are at Francorchamps, there is a little bit of green area. But let's just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, as I thought, Megs, look, we've got more coming in as well, blowing in.
Ooh.
And it's coming in quite quickly, actually.
That's
and it's we could have more rain. How quick is the track going to dry out? How quick are we going to have red flags, virtual safety cars, things like that? How long is this track actually going to remain fully green for before the session goes red again? And I tell you what, Sky F1, I'll host like a 10-minute interview with Martin Buskowski, who's the team principal in Alpine as well. So qualifying will get underway. About 4 minutes time as well coming up now. As Fernando Alonso sits in there as well. Fernando, who has started 322 Grand Prix, 132 of them. He's been on pole position 22 times. Fastest lap 23, 97 podiums in his career. Championship in 05 and 06. First win, Hungary 03. Last win was Spain 2013. And Megan, there's also a question there, actually. He's one of the greatest of all times, Fernando Alonso. He's only won 32 times out of 322 starts. It doesn't seem a lot, does it? But you compare it to other people, say Kimi Raikkonen, he's only won 21 times in 340 Grand Prix starts.
You don't need to win a lot to be great.
Absolutely. And look, the weather forecast is now changing and shifting again, but Mylander says it's okay, so the safety car is going to come in and ready to go green again, and something is happening a lot here with our controllers. Okay, here we go. We've opened up the monitor. We are about a couple of minutes away from the start of the session where the radar's moving in. Look at the amount of spray, though. Who's going to be first out there, Megan, when the 18 minutes starts? Are they all going to pile out there, or are they all going to sort of like back off a minute? Can they afford to as well? If these are the best of the conditions, are they just going to head straight out there and try their best?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Beth has actually put a great comment here actually as well. I'm just going to switch over to her because she's right. For those not in the UK, the word tea means dinner. Yeah, absolutely. It's a strange situation because it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but we can switch because we're northern. It's a breakfast, dinner, and tea. Like we have dinner time at 12 instead of lunchtime. Because we're northern, we can switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Compared to the south, who's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And in the north, it's breakfast, dinner, and tea.
Yeah.
I'll see you at Lupper. You've already ruined brunch. Let's not bring brunch into this, because brunch is literally the one in about 11 o'clock. And then Lupper is, what is it, between 3 and 5?
Who knows?
Is it but lunch, Lupper's between 3 and 5.
I never have that though, so...
Coming up then on a minute to go. Look at this. Nicholas Latifi and George Russell already at the end of the pit lane.
Oh, they're desperate.
So there's been a 10-minute delay, or 12-minute delay, I should say, to qualifying here for the Belgium Grand Prix of 2021. But the conditions haven't really improved that much. We've moved away mainly from the weather forecast area. We'll keep an eye on that as the session goes along as well. We also have our driver tracker in operation, so you won't miss anything as well. They are all coming up. Maximum attack is needed here as we're into the last 30 seconds before the green light goes on for the first part of qualifying here at Spa-Francorchamps. As I said earlier on in the build-up as well, 53 minutes we've had as well. You can hear all the team radio as well. That will be given as well up here in the comms box as we get ready. 16 seconds to go. Let's hear from Russell.
So as it stands, we don't think there'll be any more rain for the next 15 minutes.
Get out, wait.
Just drops at times. Which is why
So there's no rain for 15 minutes. Here we go. And the green light goes on and the pit lane is open and we are underway for the first part of qualifying here at Spa-Francorchamps. The track looks...
We don't think there'll be any more rain for the next 15 minutes.
That's the team radio.
Yeah. A-firm, just drops at times.
So drops of rain, no rain for 15 minutes, but look how hard it's raining out there, Megan, as they climb up Eau Rouge as well. Not great if your name is water, because they're out there completely splashing around out there. Russell and Latifi have gone out there on intermediates. Everybody else has gone out there on the full wet weather tyre.
Let's see which one's the best option to have. And Beth says, at Infel, I see you found one of the spanners that ARP mechanics have lost. Also, Beth says, who is responsible for monitoring the Pringles tracker this weekend?
Probably us, because here it is, look. There's the driver tracker. Everybody out there on wet tyres at the moment, bar the Williamses, who are out there on Inters. as we still see as well, trying to have the operational run. So the cars have got to go out there. What's Verstappen heading out on? And Sergio Perez, it will presumably be full wet.
It's wet.
Yes, it's blue, full wet tyres. Foolish to send anybody out there on intermediates, and I think Williams have been a bit foolish there because the track temperature clearly isn't there.
Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes out there? No, wets.
I thought we did.
No, look, it's Russell and Latifi on Inters. That's definitely them. Yeah.
I thought they decided to put Bias on them.
Yeah, definitely they're on it. I've seen them on intermediates as they come around Pouin. So lap times usually are now going to drop dramatically. They were quite high. Norris, right there.
Definitely went so far, but it's going to be Inters fairly quickly.
Okay, understood.
So Lando Norris saying it's going to be Inters quite quickly from that situation. But there's more rain predicted in 15 minutes right at the end of this session. So they've got to get out there. And the problem is as well, standing water is quite high. So who's going to risk a push lap? And certainly as we saw in Eau Rouge.
I don't know. I wouldn't risk it. I would just try my best to see what my general time could be. First time should be coming in a second.
They are racing drivers, of course. They will push it to the absolute limit. Nicholas Latifi starts his lap time then as he comes in towards turn number 1. George Russell is just behind him as well.
Definitely went so far, but it's going to be Inters fairly quickly.
That was
okay, understood.
So Inters fairly quickly apparent to them. So maybe Williams have had a blinder, just as we see them on the screen as well. Look at the amount of spray, though. That spray is generated by Latifi, who's about 10 seconds ahead of
Can't
Russell.
see him anymore.
And look at that. As you go up Eau Rouge and into Radion, it is completely blind. There's a lot of spray there as well. It's like when you rally in Finland as well. The amount of spray that gets blown up. Some fans are letting off flares as well. That's going to reduce the visibility even more. Look at that. You can't see anything behind Russell. So
That's
the driver...
good.
Yeah, so who's following Russell? Norris is Raikkonen, Tsunoda, Giovinazzi, Gasly. One mistake in this session and it is critical. As look, he's already sliding around.
How are they going to be able to see through their windmills?
No chance. You can't. In these conditions, you can't even see your own dashboard half the times as well. It is astoundingly bad.
You're lucky if you find the right, like a drier part of the track.
Yeah, and we've got something on as well. We've got a yellow on the circuit.
And
Well,
it looks to be sticking. Who is off?
double yellow, sector 13. No, it must be Latifi, and it is
Ow!
Latifi. Latifi's off at Fania.
He can't get back up.
Latifi's in the mud down in the Fania chicane, and this might bring out the red flags if he can't get it back on. He's got a gap now to Lando Norris.
He's got it.
He's just got it back on. So Nicholas Latifi goes farming down at Fania. There's a gravel trap, there's a grass trap there now, ever since Raikkonen went off.
Good thing too as well. It seems to slow
Russell
him.
is on Inter. He's suggested he thinks it's close to crossover. Difficult on an Inter, but doable.
Replay now.
He
Oh,
has
he just
also
aquaplaned.
stayed outside.
Yeah, and I suppose it's good. Oh,
Oh,
see
and
how much water's there.
so much water on the exit as well.
Has that got into the engines, you think, now? Because
Yeah,
it went
possible, yeah.
quite far up. I would have to have a look at that because it wouldn't surprise me if things like that got into the engines now.
They've got to be careful. They've all got to be really careful. One mistake here as well. It could cost them not just a qualifying time, but a decent slot on the grid. Let's see what the chat's saying as well. Beth is saying George Russell should stay on wets. It was Latifi went off. Russell should definitely stay on them as well. Maybe put on the full wets.
Ooh.
Inters are, at the moment, a liability. Hamilton's even sliding. Russell at 2:11, 7:27. He's 2 seconds quicker than Raikkonen.
He's top of the session right now, and even Tsunoda can't be his time.
Inters will be better.
Norris saying it's difficult to tell. Still saying Inters.
Yeah, let me do one lap.
Just like,
One more lap on the full wets.
you see who's at the top?
Gasly,
Oh,
2:10,
now it's
8:81, but Hamilton's going a bit faster. Can he find anything on the wet tyres? He has a little bit of an
Oh.
aquaplane moment out of the last corner.
Careful.
Hamilton to the line, goes second, 2:10, 9:88. They're so slow, these Formula One cars, in the rain at Spa. It's sub 2-minute lap times. It's like we're back at Bahrain 2010, and this is why Hamilton had a
Ooh.
bad time. He locked up and went straight on, off the track, down at Ravage. So
Ooh,
maybe
that
that
was
lap
close.
time might be deleted there.
That was close to spinning.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
Just held it off as well. And Russell's fastest first sector. As Ricciardo goes P3. Ricciardo on a 2:11.098. And Latifi spinning down as well. Perez is on a good time as well. Russell first sector. Sainz goes P6 at the moment. So the time's coming through. Verstappen has a big slide at the exit of Stabilo on the exit curve.
It's wet, one more lap.
Ow.
Mazepin says it's too wet. One more lap. Russell 6 seconds faster than Perez, so the times are coming down at the moment. The driver's getting more confident in the spray. We should be seeing 2-minute lap times.
First Perez, second Leclerc, and third Gasly so far. Not the usual lineup, though. All quite impressive because they've all seemed to beat loads of times. And Stroll goes up into 7th right now with a 2:11.138.
And Verstappen goes fastest on a 2:07, and then Russell does a 2:02.068. He is 5 seconds faster on those intermediates. So maybe Lando's
Latifi.
right. And yeah, Latifi goes second on our 2:05.019. So the intermediates look to be the tyres to be on. The Williamses
You're
are
rethinking
making
this now,
them
aren't you?
work. Yeah, I am rethinking this. Inter seemed to be the one. What was the elevation at the corner where Latifi went off? It is at the low. It's going downhill. It's around about 40 meters above. The lowest point of the track is down at Stabilo. The highest point is at Malmedy.
I just got to take a picture. Williams leading a session.
Williams are leading a session. Russell and Latifi 1-2 at the moment. And of course, if it rains now, they stand to get in both cars into Q2 because they would have got the best of the track conditions. Norris goes P3 on a 2-minute 6.78. Perez radio.
The Inter's the fastest tyre.
Box this lap for the intermediates. It's the fastest tyre this lap. Bottas goes 5th on a 2:08.517.
Imagine if the session got stopped now, and for a race, Williams was 1-2.
If he couldn't restart, they would start 1-2 on the grid, but quickly fall back. Hamilton's had problems down at La Source.
Who else wants to see that?
Hamilton sliding at La Source as well. Can't get any grip. So maybe the wet tyres aren't the right tyres to be on. They're not generating enough coolant.
This lap for the Inter. The Inter's the fastest tyre.
Perez boxing this lap for the Inters. Inters are indeed the fastest tyre, and so many of them coming in now. Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Schumacher, all in the pit lane as well. All changing over.
I can just hear Williams dancing right now, just like, we chose the right thing.
Schumacher has a pit stop. He puts on the intermediate tyres. So does Carlos Sainz, not wasting any time. Sergio Perez on Inters as well. Carlos Sainz changes over as well. Danny Ricciardo puts on a set of the intermediates. It's more like a race at the moment in this session.
I'm going crazy. I swear I just saw someone put on mediums.
And mediums is the correct call at the moment. Look at this. Crawling in now on the intermediate tyres is Esteban Ocon.
It was just my eyes.
Is Ocon going to stay out there? The track is okay enough for Inters. But with more rain coming, they've got to get these times in because it's going to rain before the end of the session. And here at Spa, you can literally take your brolly down and then 2 seconds later have to put it back up because it started raining again. Ocon starts a time and into the pit lane comes Lando Norris.
Russell's got so confident that he just pitted.
Wait. Okay.
Alonso says, let's box this lap. He said, wait. Alonso's out there on the full wet tyre at the moment.
And he was just like, okay.
Everybody else is starting to change over to the Inters at the moment. Russell, Latifi, Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, all on intermediate tyres. Ricciardo, Sainz, Schumacher and Ocon as well on the intermediate. So they're all coming down now. And so far, fastest cars on the track are the Williamses on the intermediate tyres. Ocon, though, a thousandth of a second faster down the Camel straight to the first sector as he approaches the comms.
I tell you what, I don't think any of us expected this session to go into this and have Williams be the ones to get the correct tyre and it for them to be fastest in the session.
Très bien for Williams at the moment as well. They are doing fantastic as they swing round Speaker's Corner for Esteban Ocon down to Purong as well before the quick switch around on the track as well. This is critical moments in this session as well in order to get the correct tyre choice and get the correct lap time in. Somebody else could bin it off at one of the corners and bring out a red flag and then the rain could come down as well. You are living on a knife edge in this qualifying session, even more so than usual.
Right, so it looks like most of the field are just changing. There's only 2 cars now left, and that is Stroll and Alonso. And I think Alonso's pitting right now for that.
Yeah, they're on
now
wet.
Stroll too is.
Yeah, so they're both going to come off the wet tyres as well.
Bottas
So
radio.
rain imminent in the next 2 minutes.
And that's Bottas being told by his engineer that rain is imminent in the next 2 minutes. So again, it all changes. We've got massive traffic coming into the bus stop. This could upset Ocon's lap time as well. We've got cars going slow in order to start a time. Schumacher is slow at Eau Rouge. He's been passed by Sainz. Ocon to the line. Can he improve on the time? He did get held up in that third sector. Can only go third. So Ocon to third.
I've got to say, I bet Bottas is thinking right now.
Unbelievable.
That just like, I really don't want to crash on my birthday. Please do not let me crash. I will do anything not to crash.
Intermediate tyre change then at Mercedes for Lewis Hamilton. Off go the wets, on go the Inters. The entire 20-car field is now on the intermediate tyre.
Did you see that? At the front left, it was kind of difficult to get that tyre off.
And they're going to be cooler as well.
Let's hope he just slipped.
And look at the rain now. It's starting to come down again, down at Speaker's Corner. Sainz fastest first sector, but there's a lot of spray and a lot of rain coming down at that half of the track. So, again, as I said, they've all got to get out there. Williams have timed this one to perfection. Ocon was 1.5 seconds off. The track conditions starting to get worse, and Russell improving in the first sector. 33.257. Nobody else improving on those Inters. Only Williams.
It feels kind of cold. I don't think hell's frozen.
I don't know about that, but I tell you, Williams have moved heaven and earth on an anniversary of the last race for Williams, runners of Claire Williams and Frank Williams as well as team owners. Williams have come back alive here at Spa. They're finding something together. Now Lando Norris fastest in the first sector, 32.808. Perez second sector fastest of all. They're starting to come to it. Can they get these lap times in before the rain comes down? Look at Sainz on the intermediate tyres, blistering with the amount of spray as they come into the bus stop, and Leclerc looking quite quick.
Okay.
Now, surely Sainz going to have a great last sector time across the line. Can he get across the line? Yes, Sainz top by 11 thousandths only to Russell on a 202.057. Perez going quicker as well. The top, oh my goodness me, the top 5 are separated by less than 10. The top 4 are separated by less than a tenth as Perez goes top. 202.038, 19 thousandths off. Ricciardo goes top. It's Danny Ricciardo in top. And now Leclerc starts to break through. Ricciardo on a 201.
Lando next.
201 on the time as the moment as well as Russell goes back to the top as Leclerc goes top. Russell's right behind him. Leclerc's 4 tenths faster. Russell goes top now on a 2-minute .035. So Russell goes back to the top on the intermediate tyres. Here comes Max Verstappen to the line, and Verstappen goes fastest now on a 159.6, and Lando Norris is still fastest in the first 2 sectors.
Lando Norris is approaching the finish line right now, and is he going to go top? He seems to be getting faster on the sector time.
Yes!
Then he goes top with a 158.776.
He's 8 tenths of a second faster than Max Verstappen. Those Inters are the right tyre calls for Lando Norris, the only driver this morning in wet conditions to put on the soft tyres as well, the slicks as well. He's got a better understanding of where the rain is on this track and how to avoid on the Inters.
Seems like everyone else is going slower now, and now we're looking at Hamilton, and he seems to be doing okay. Though I think he's going to go around third. I don't know.
Sonoda, look at Sonoda.
Raikkonen goes 11th.
Raikkonen to 11th, Sonoda to 9th. They're improving up the times as well.
Now to 9th.
Giovinazzi goes through. So look at the drop zone. We've got Bottas, Stroll, Vettel, Alonso, Gasly, Mazepin, all those who haven't set times on the fastest
Hamilton
times.
goes 4th.
He's in behind George Russell. So is that confirmed that Russell's a quicker qualifier than Lewis Hamilton?
Nah, probably. Now on to the birthday boy of Valtteri Bottas, and he seems to be having a good lap so far.
Gasly
goes
5th. 201.115.
Will Valtteri manage to get a good lap time? And
7th.
yeah, that's pretty fair.
Okay, that's decent.
Seems to be his number.
He is a second.
7-7.
He's 1.1 seconds behind Hamilton, though. That's not good enough in these conditions as well. Compared to what Russell's done in the Williams.
Mick goes 15th and Perez goes 4th.
Perez to 4th. Wow. And here comes Ocon. Now, these are the lap times coming in for the second laps on these intermediate tyres. So the track should be getting
16th.
better before that rain comes through. Mazepin to 16th. Raikkonen 17th. Ocon goes P9. 201.824. Alonso goes to P12. 202.698.
I was about to point out, we have a Schumacher.
Where?
Out of
Schumacher in the elimination, yeah.
Out of elimination, then
Drops out, yeah. Schumacher nearly into Q2 for only the second time this year with Haas. The first time, of course, was back at the French Grand Prix when he binned into the wall and started 15th on the grid and then had to start from the pit lane. So he hasn't actually started from his highest grid start. And Latifi P6, 2:02 on the board. So 2 minutes, point 561 actually.
The Williams are really trying to show their worth right now. That's incredible.
Williams are right up there in these wet conditions with 2 minutes to go in this session.
Let's hope they're finally trying to get their groove back. Maybe it's just like everyone has off seasons, and maybe this is the beginning of the
Williams wet weather crusade. I tell you what, if it rains tomorrow, ever since Williams scored points, they have been on it. As Hamilton locks up big time coming into the bus stop. That costs him heaps of time. Flat spotted those Inters as well, so they're going to be even more destroyed. It's going to carry that for another lap. Hamilton only does it. Well, Hamilton improves to second. 1:59.218.
That's good for Hamilton. Of course, he doesn't get first, though.
Gasly crosses the line next in the AlphaTauri. Where does he go across the board? Goes to fifth, 2 minutes, 0.387. Nobody is beating Russell into P4 at the moment. Russell running P4 for a Williams. Williams having a great qualifying. Now Bottas goes up there. So Bottas looked at the time and thought, I'd better go quicker than Russell here, and has done so by 0.2 of a second. Sainz next across the line in 13th place. Goes to P9 at 2 minutes, 1.184. Track starting to dry out in places as well, but there's a lot of standing water offline. It's only drying out because it hasn't rained yet, and they're moving away the water with the intermediate tyres. It's still going to get worse as the water comes out. Vettel crosses and goes P10. 2 minute 0.411.
The Williams are approaching, and I think they're on decent sector times
They
right now.
are. Russell is green. So is... Oh, no. Latifi's had a bad lap, actually.
They still get another chance, though, after this. So, hold
Yeah.
on. Are they just crossing? They're about to cross the line now. They're going in tandem. They've got 15 seconds left, so I guess that they have another chance at it.
Yellows are out then. Sorry, the times are up then. 9 seconds left. Who'll be the first one to cross the line when the checkered flag comes out in 5 seconds' time? 4, 3, 2, 1. It'll be Danny Russell goes P4, 1:59.864. Checkered flag is out then here for qualifying number 1. Who's going to be the drivers facing elimination? Ricciardo goes to P12. That puts Ocon at risk. Max Verstappen's P3 with a personal best in the first sector, the fastest of all second sector, and he's had a slow third sector but goes top, 59,000 to 1:58.717. Here comes Lando Norris. Lando Norris goes across the line. Can he go? Yes! 4 tenths faster than Verstappen. 1:58.301. Great time. Sonoda looking quick.
You should have seen him. It was purple, green, and yellow.
Fantastic, because Sonoda is the first driver eliminated out of qualifying. He goes P16. He's out of it. Raikkonen is the next one. He goes P19. Giovinazzi, he's P17 at the moment for Alfa Romeo. Can he sneak something on the line? No, P16. Next across the line. Watch out for Schumacher and Mazepin. Can they do anything in the sector time? Schumacher's out of it. Mazepin hasn't even bothered. So that's
Mazepin's
it.
just like, I don't need to know that I'm not out.
So that's it. Ricciardo was the first one to set the line. Everybody else has gone back.
Yeah, so
No, that's
still
it.
got for Williams to go. They haven't crossed.
Are they back? No, they've backed out their lap times. Look, yellow for Russell and Latifi, yellow as well. Vettel still wants to improve a little bit, but there's really no point. Schumacher and Mazepin have backed out of it. The rest of them have taken the checkered flag. Vettel maybe should have boxed this lap. Hasn't.
Gasly.
Yeah. Vettel crosses the line, goes P6. So Vettel improves, but it is Giovinazzi, Sonoda, Schumacher, Raikkonen, and Mazepin off across the line. Perez now to the line.
Am I
Perez
really
fourth.
just remembering? Latifi's into Q2.
Latifi is into Q2, as is George Russell, both in the top 10. So both Williamses through to Q2. They'll start in the top 15.
They could even get into Q3 at this rate.
Fantastic run. Now this is a little bit of a manoeuvre here from an AlphaTauri. Which one of them is it? A big lock-up for Pierre Gasly. Into the bus stop, locked up on the front left.
That's why he backed out of his
lap time, yeah.
He was going greens.
30 years ago, Wednesday, Michael Schumacher made his F1 debut in Belgium, driving for Eddie Jordan. The 7-Up was the sponsor on the car.
Oh, I love 7-Up.
The Jordan 191, such a beautiful liveried car. I'm sure you agree, Adam. It was absolutely fantastic. Next up, it's the Belgian Grand Prix qualifying 2. I'll leave you with Megan for a few moments to talk us through the entire results.
Okay, game over, I can box.
Right, so like being left in charge. Right, I'm going to take you through the grid so far. Impressive from Williams today, I've got to say. They really have stepped up their game recently. And at first is Lando Norris, which I think everyone wasn't as surprised, though it's still surprising. Second is Verstappen, and at third, Hamilton. No change there to see from those two. Perez is fourth, and at making all of us shocked, was fifth, Russell. Then in P6, it was Valtteri Bottas, the birthday boy. Happy birthday to him. In seventh, it was Sebastian Vettel. In eighth, it was Pierre Gasly. In ninth, it was Charles Leclerc. 10th was Nicholas Latifi. I think we're all shocked. Both Williams got into P10. That was, into the top 10. And I think that's really good for them, to be honest. And at 11th was Sainz, 12th Ricciardo, 13th was Stroll, 14th was Alonso. Oh, that's funny. That's the same as this number. I've always wanted that to happen. 15th was Ocon, 16th was Giovinazzi. Now the ones that are out, 16th Giovinazzi, 17th Tsunoda, 18th Schumacher, 19th Raikkonen, and 20th was Mazepin. And I can't really see much of the chances of there not being a red flag in the race tomorrow. I'm even seeing a possibility of it being a red flag in W Series later, if it even starts. I mean, we have a third of the field out, or at least slightly injured. I personally, I wouldn't race if that had happened, because I don't know how they got out of it without broken bones either. They must be really strong to do that. Must be really well protected. And Beth says 2 weeks in a row. I don't. Yeah, and it's good to see that Danny Rick is still an Aussie, isn't it, Beth? He didn't get out, and I think Sky have gone back to their coverage now, because right now I'm seeing a bunch of forest and the track and cars, and I'm now just describing things. It seems to be raining really heavily now, and I won't call it light showers, though I would definitely call it like medium rain. Do you know that type of rain where you don't want to go out in it, so you have an umbrella, though it's heavy enough to you don't want to just like quickly walk through it, though it's light enough that you don't want to stay inside forevermore. At least that's how I see it. See a lot of that in England. Not too much, though. When it does rain, rains like cats and dogs, it does. And I just knocked the laptop. MacBook. I didn't get it right the second time either. iPad. If I knocked the laptop over, I think Joshua would have a paddy. And make me pay for it.
Have a paddy about what, Megan?
Knocking the laptop off.
Oh, I see.
You would.
You did that once, and I did have a
No,
paddy.
I didn't. You did that.
Oh, I can't remember. Anyway,
You knocked it.
I'm back in the box. Q2 will start in literally 60 seconds' time.
I was just describing the rain. How the rain's that type where you don't want to quickly walk through it, so it's like it's heavy enough so you don't want to quickly walk through it, though it's light enough that you don't want to stay inside
15:37 plus 15 minutes.
15:37
Plus 15 minutes.
50 30 50
50. What?
37 plus
15 minutes.
15.
Yes.
Oh, that's 52.
Thank you.
I thought it said 13.
No, so we're 23 seconds away from the start. Thanks, Megs. I couldn't
Alpine's
work that
pretty
out quickly. Let's see what the group chat's saying before we go back to green. Beth saying 2 weeks in a row. Phil, what's that, Phil Dido? I can't remember that one. It's the rain you get. Oh, thank you. It's the rain you get when they ask, do you want to upsize your rain? You say, nah. Here we go. And the green light is on at the end of the pit lane, and qualifying is underway here for Q2 at the Belgian Grand Prix. And the car's heading back out there on the intermediate tyre. And the question of the hour is, when is that rain coming? Because we know it's been coming down at some point. And they're all going to be out there on used Inters to begin with, I think. Because they're all, some of them going out there on used. Lando's on new, Hamilton on old, same as Bottas. And everyone else at the moment who's left the pit lane is on new intermediate tyres. So they're not being stupid just yet.
I love how Mercedes are just like, okay, well, you lot use new. We're going to actually use the old ones and we're not going to waste it.
So, two seconds.
Trouble is, which one's right?
So the weather forecasters at the moment don't know where the rain's coming from. Is it coming from Mercedes? Is it coming from Ferrari? Who's got the best strategy?
You watch, it'll come from Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, they've got it. They've got the rain spot on as well on their dashboards as well. The session now just underway. It's a second down, our timing monitor, to what it is on there, so we'll correct that. Presumably because they've started the session a day late and $1 short at the moment.
Right, the Red Bulls make their way out onto the track right now. And Max is gone out there. And is he going to make a standing start? No. Not allowed in
When is the rain coming?
No.
5 minutes into the session.
5 minutes.
5 minutes into the session rain. Yeah, well, we were expecting that one. Adam says, Megan, love what your shirt says. I'll agree. What is your shirt saying, Megan?
Coffee in one hand, confidence in the other.
That's a nice shirt, Megs.
Yeah.
I've just got a nice flowery one on today. And the same jeans as yesterday because you can wear jeans 2 days in a row. They will be changed later.
You can't wear leggings 2 days in a row.
No. I will be changing these trousers later because I'm going to break in my fancy ones for tomorrow.
Box.
I have a lot of these shirts that basically encourage people.
Okay, so they're boxing Hamilton, and he's asked, is everything okay? And said, yep, they're just going to put on a new set of inters.
I smell food.
Yeah, you will. They're cooking outside. So, yeah, a new intermediate tyres.
Hold on. I need to go to smell which one it is.
So, intermediates coming in there for Lewis Hamilton. He's got more cars coming through the pit lane as well. Let's show you who is in front of him.
Box. We are going to go for new.
Okay?
Yeah, we're going to go for new Inter. Everyone else on new Inter.
Yeah, it's pretty may as well, but that loses Hamilton a lap, and that could be crucial. Megs, there's actually Mercedes double stack. Bottas comes in as well to have a new change around as well. So Bottas and Hamilton changing over to new sets of intermediate tyres. And if that rain comes down 5 minutes into the session, Mercedes could have just blown it in the best track conditions, as Lando Norris has got a clear air in front of him, but it's Latifi out there first of all as well, but it is Perez on the radio too.
Some rain coming.
Some rain coming. We want a banker lap.
I smell pork at McDonald's.
Probably someone's had a burger then.
I can. It's coming from that. It's down there. Straight.
Yeah. They can change it. So, Lando Norris is fastest in the first sector, but he was very wide at the exit of Speaker's Corner. Down at turn 9.
So we want to bank a lap.
Now, let's just have a look quickly at the turn 9 exit. A lap time achieved during any session. All the race going off the track and cutting behind the red and yellow curb at the exit of turn 9 will be deleted. Did Lando Norris go too far off the track there and lose this lap time? The stewards will let us know quite quickly if that's the case, but he's already sliding around coming down to Stabilo.
Right, and Lando seems to be doing extremely well so far today. And Verstappen, well... Oh, he's just taking 2 sector times.
Yeah,
I don't know
he's going quick. So, yeah, Lando's going quite quick out there despite going off the track. But, yeah. Latifi top. Well, he's the first car out there, so it's a 1. And Norris looking quite quick. Norris with the 2 sector times then coming to the line. Latifi goes top with a 1:59.39.62 as the banker time. Here comes Lando Norris to the line now. Norris goes top. The little Lando machine has done it again. A 1:57.235. Russell goes into P2. Britt 1-2. The young boys 1-2 as well. Can Carlos Sainz come in and make it a 3 top 5 for the young guys across the line? Yes, he can. 1:59.179. And Gasly joins it as well. It's the day of the young guns coming in now. Look at this. Gasly goes in there into second place. A 1:57.936 as all the older guys struggle for grip out there.
Here comes the clerk.
Ocon P6.
I'm looking at the drive track, and here comes the clerk to the line. Let's see how he does.
Leclerc coming up then as well. A whole mammoth of cars. Hamilton now at the other. So hang on, across the line, Ricciardo.
Danny Rick.
Ricciardo goes P5. Fastest third sector. 1:58.993. Do you count Ricciardo as a young guy or an old guy at the moment?
He's only like 32.
He was born in 1989 on July the 1st, 1989. So he's 32, yeah. But is he an old guy? That's coming up to retirement age, yeah.
Medium.
Medium age, yeah. Alonso goes P10. He's definitely an old guy. So is Sebastian Vettel, thinking about it. P2, though, 157.856 as Max Verstappen now. Also coming to the board, Stroll goes P5, 158.792. Verstappen goes into second on a 157.371. And is it me, Megan? Or does Hamilton look like he's flat spotted those brand new set of intermediates? Look, can you see? There's something flapping around on the inside front left. I think he's flat spotted that tyre.
I think he's...
Had to
brake really hard at one point. Probably down...
Yeah, definite flat...
Like Radion and Rouge.
I did tell you they shouldn't have put on new winters. You've only got 4 of them. So Hamilton is in trouble once again then. He's flat-spotted his tyres, and that's going to make them feel about as good as chewing gum that's been left out for 3 days.
I wouldn't know that. I've never eaten chewing gum.
All right, it's going to feel as bad as...
Starburst.
Yeah, it's going to feel as bad as about drinking a week-old carton of milk as when you've been told it should be okay, but when you take the first sip out of it...
Again, I need another new set.
It's foul.
Thinking of boxing for a new set.
So Sainz going to box, yeah. Yeah, that's a throwback to last night. Little carton of milk we had at Le Mans.
I thought it would be fine.
I was told, oh no, don't worry, it'll be fine. No, I can't even think about it. It makes me...
I can think about it. I thought
Actually
it would
still
be
makes me
fine.
sick.
It was in the fridge. I thought it would be fine.
Look at Hamilton. He's backed out of the lap time. He's trying to find the spray.
Doesn't help we had McDonald's after.
That helped.
And you drunk a load of lilt as well.
And had to throw up, yeah.
Oh, have you asked them to put lilt on the thing?
Not my job. Let's take a look at the group chat quick.
It's your drink. You drank the last of it.
I did. Beth saying as well, Russell will not survive, sadly. Not what I would have predicted, but English people have history of freaking out every time a few Germans start barreling through the Ardennes at high speeds. I think that's a round of applause there, Beth. And Kimi is considered the great-grandfather on that scale. Absolutely. He's the oldest driver in the field. In 1979, the last driver to be born in 1979, and the last driver in the Formula 1 field to be born in the 70s. After that, the next one would be surely... Alonso, 81, so 2 years later. So we've still got Vettel in there in 87. Hamilton is 85 as well. So, oh my God. Vettel is younger than Hamilton. We call Vettel old. I forgot that. Vettel is actually way, way younger than Hamilton by 2 years. Hamilton was born in 1985. He's 36.
He's the third oldest.
Yes. Hamilton is an old guy. You forget that sometimes, don't you? He's got so much of a racing spirit. Leclerc's missed the apex at turn 6.
And it doesn't help that he doesn't look his age.
Next, can I just point out that Lewis Hamilton, despite flat spotting those tyres as well, he's still 14th and still can't improve. And so is Bottas, he's P15, as more rain's coming. So we could face that both Mercedes could be outside of qualifying here.
And the fact that he's done a yellow.
Hamilton is down. Now he's 6 tenths up on Sainz's time. However, in the first sector, he was down on Sainz into P10. So I'm telling you now, this is not looking good for Hamilton. Let's take a look back at the track.
It really doesn't. And Lando increases his time.
1:57.041. Lando improving.
George goes at 6th.
This is what we like to see. More in times improved. So the top 10 is Norris, Verstappen, Vettel, Gasly, Perez, Russell, Leclerc, Stroll, Ricciardo and Sainz. Nice top 10. Can Hamilton break his way in? Only just. He moves up 7 places. 1:58.539. Cross the line comes Bottas, P9. What is going on with Mercedes?
I'm sorry, I just got a vision of Kimi with a walking stick giving presents to the youngest drivers.
He does. He's done that. I'll show you the Secret Santa later. He's done it.
What?
I'll do it. I'll show you. They did it a couple of years ago. That's actually
This
happened.
front left is flat spotted.
Latifi,
Big vibration.
Copy, flat spot.
Latifi reporting that the car's flat spotted as well.
Does that mean all the drivers are
Well,
like 25 to 30?
Yeah. If it's... Oh, look at Ricciardo. 1:58.
Like for fathers.
Ricciardo, 1:58.82. So Ricciardo moves up into the top 5. Alonso is looking really quick now as well. But can't improve. Loses a second in that last sector. Alonso 15th overall in his first wet weather session back.
Okay, so I'm just going to do some calculations here. So there's 20 drivers. If we separate them into 4, then that means there's great-grandfathers, then there's grandfathers, fathers and sons.
Yeah, wonder where Lewis would be. Fathers, probably.
Grandfathers, great grandfathers, actually.
What, for Hamilton?
Because if you separate it into 4, then that means there's 5 each.
Verstappen goes top, 156.559.
Vettel's also a great grandfather by that standard.
Vettel's gone P3. Look at Perez now across the line. He's currently P6. He goes to third on a 157.209.
Hold on, I'm just going to look at that. Drivers in age.
So as he come back through as well, Sainz on there as well, up in the sector times to get through.
Right, so it's too difficult to look at that.
I've literally got a sheet up in the box that gives you the drivers' names, and Megan just doesn't want to look at it at the moment as well. Just says, ugh.
Hold on a sec.
Sector's improving.
Oh,
Time's improving, Megs.
it does look like everything's improving. Latifi needs to get his socks in gear, and
Sainz to the line. Sainz could improve outside of 12th position. Does so to P7.
Yay!
But in doing so, pushes out his teammate, Charles Leclerc, as Hamilton has another pit stop.
He had a good run.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Hamilton. 1, 2, 3. He's used 3 of his 4 intermediates. Hamilton has used 3 of his allotted 4 intermediates.
Oh, that's not good.
If it rains tomorrow, he's stuffed.
He
Really
someone
is.
tells me he definitely is.
And what about the set for qualifying? Mercedes are not thinking about this, but Hamilton's on the cusp of the drop zone. Russell is in 9th. Williams could actually out-qualify Mercedes here. Bottas is in the drop zone. Hamilton's P10. The track's improving, hand over fist, and the Mercedes are playing absolute catch-up here.
Come on, Latifi. I want to see you get into Q3.
Charles Leclerc crosses the line. He's P11 at the moment, but improving, and it does improve to P4. A 157.721. Massive improvement there on the board.
Right, and it looks like Russell's doing quite well.
Jackie Hicks at the back of the garage now for Ferrari, the 1966 to 1979 8-time race winner, and of course a 6-time Le Mans world champion, or winner, I should say.
And let's look. Danny
Vettel.
Rick's still an Aussie.
Yeah, where is he? P7, so that would be good there. Let's have a look at Beth's comment as well that she made just a second ago. Sorry, Beth didn't see it live. It's easy to measure using same approach to how cooked a steak should be. Hamilton is well done. Danny Rick is medium well done. Tsunoda is rare, and Gasly is medium. Turn 18 in incident involving cars 55 Sainz and 31 Ocon has been noted. Well, if you use that things as well, Fernando Alonso must be burned. Kimi Raikkonen must be cremated.
Hold on.
At this point. Look at this. 3-way fight down the back of the straight. The 2 Astons and now Fernando Alonso looking in his mirrors as well. Alonso gets passed by Vettel and then slots in behind Stroll.
Right. So it looks like Vettel's actually doing quite a good sector 1 time at the moment. It's fastest.
32 point... I can't read that. 343.
Now P11,
Yeah.
so we will need this lap.
Okay, I've
Oh.
got the things up.
Look at that. That's all we missed on the radio. Hamilton and Bottas, they are 11th and 12th. The championship leader actually faces difficulty to get out of Q2 compared to his championship rival, Max Verstappen. I bet Lewis Hamilton can't wait for sprint qualifying in 2 weeks' time at the Italian Grand Prix. But next weekend, he goes to the Netherlands for the Dutch Grand Prix, the first of a 3 races here for a triple header. And it's all blowing this championship wide open. 81 points maximum here in the next 3 weekends. There's no points on Saturday in Spa, but there's certainly pride. And if it's a wet race tomorrow, Hamilton has got to start within the top 10. Vettel's absolutely pushing it. Hamilton's first sector timers are coming across the board in a couple of seconds. 30 of them are left on the board. Hamilton in that first sector is a 32.257. He's 5/10 up. So Hamilton improving. Verstappen on top of the moment. Here comes Vettel to the line, Megan.
Oh, it's not looking good for either Mercedes. And I've got the result thing.
Tell us during the break.
I will.
Vettel crosses the line, goes second at 156.814. Hamilton sector times improving, but look at Perez. Perez improving in that second sector, 52.598 as well. It's all coming a cropper. First, still no first car across the line. Russell's the driver at risk at the moment, and he's improving.
Max has backed out of that, to be honest, so would I, if I knew I was getting through. Stroll crosses the line and stays 9th. Perez crosses the line and goes into 3rd with a 156.8 1:58.6, and Verstappen, well, he's in the pit lane, so technically he's crossed it.
Yeah, he's taken that control line before he's got to his pit box as well. Hamilton's looking good in that sector time. He's up by only 2/10 though in that second sector. It's green, it's not purple. Lando Norris is on an absolute bomb. Latifi goes through! Latifi is into Q3. He goes P7. Can Russell improve? Williams on a blinder here at the Belgian Grand Prix. Lando Norris goes top. 1:56.825. Here comes Hamilton though. Russell P5. Russell's fifth. Williams are through. But Ferrari pits. Who was that coming down the pit road? It's Carlos Sainz out. Stroll out too. Hamilton goes second on 1:56.229. Watch out for Bottas. Ocon and Alonso, the three drivers who could still made a mistake. Gasly goes third. 1:56.440. It's falling into place for both Williamses at the moment. Bottas across the line goes third. Now it's Ricciardo, Ocon and Alonso in trouble at the moment. No. Keep an eye out what's going to happen at the moment. Cross the line comes Esteban Ocon, goes P9. Latifi's out of qualifying. Latifi's out of qualifying. We've still got Russell through though in 8th place, but there's two cars left. Russell is through to Q3 once again in the Williams, regardless of what happens. Can Leclerc get out? He's in P10. Can he improve up the order? No. What about Ricciardo? He's just behind him. Can Ricciardo get through to Q3 in these tricky conditions? P9! P9 for Daniel Ricciardo! And Fernando Alonso improving on tyres. Can he kick out his teammate Esteban Ocon? Alonso to the line and only improves to 14th on 1:58.205. Leclerc is eliminated from qualifying. So is Nicholas Latifi. So is Carlos Sainz. So is Fernando Alonso. So is Lance Stroll. But through, Lando Norris goes top. 1:56.025. Hamilton, Bottas, Gasly, Verstappen, Vettel, Perez, Russell is through to Q3. And then it's Ricciardo and Ocon. Race control. Oh, we saw that with Sainz and Ocon investigated after.
I've got to say, Lando's really surprising everyone with the amount of that he's doing. He's topped both sessions so far. And now I can read out the race things. Right, so this is judging by every 5 drivers in like great-grandfather, grandfather, father, son. So, in that standard, that means the great-grandfathers of the track are Kimi Räikkönen, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel and Sergio Perez.
Right.
The grandfathers are...
You need a break after that one, don't you?
Danny Ricciardo.
Yeah.
Valtteri Bottas, the birthday boy.
Go on.
Antonio Giovinazzi. Carlos Sainz. Hold on.
Are these what?
And Nicholas Latifi.
What?
The grandfathers.
Latifi grandfather?
Yeah, Latifi's...
1995?
Yeah. He's
Really?
25. If we're going every 5 drives in age.
Okay.
The fathers would be Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, and George Russell.
Guys, we up, but let's talk about it later.
And it's
What was all that
George
about?
Russell. Hold on. The children, the sons of it, are Lance Stroll. True, he is the son of a race driver.
Yeah.
Nikita Mazepin, Mick Schumacher, not surprised, Lando Norris, and Yuki Tsunoda.
Sonoda included?
Yeah, Tsunoda's the youngest.
Okay, I can believe that.
By 7 months to Lando.
Well, he was born 2000, wasn't he, Sonoda?
Yeah.
Can't see the date on my screen.
11th of May.
11th of May, yeah, 2000.
Yeah, he was born the same century as me.
I am flabbergasted by that race result. Absolutely spectacular. I have never seen a session end like that before. Hamilton track limits. Yeah, I'm having a look at that as well because it looks like it could be under investigation there, Beth.
Way too close, guys.
That was way too close to Hamilton. So
I'm annoyed.
Yeah, Hamilton wasn't on track limits though, which is great news.
I'm annoyed that Latifi didn't get through.
I think we all are. Q3 will start at 6 o'clock. Sorry, 4 o'clock. And that is 3 o'clock UK time, 4 o'clock European
Do we
time.
know anything about
So 3 minutes time.
W Series?
Well, it'll be delayed by about 10 minutes, won't it? So we can switch that up a little bit more. So it's the last qualifying session of the day here for the Belgian Grand Prix as well.
What do you think W Series is going to be like? Given that that's an actual race.
I think the W Series is going to be absolutely dramatic.
I think it's going to be a red flag.
I'm expecting multiple delays. I'm expecting
I don't want another crash like
Yeah,
yesterday, no.
I don't know. You've got to find out what you're saying at the start when the lights go out. It's been a while.
I already know. I'm underway.
All right.
And it's underway. Though I was shocked last time I said that because the person... Because I don't know who commentates on...
Alex
WC.
Jakes.
Alex
Who
Jakes.
does say...
He said the same thing. I was like...
He does like to say, and we're underway, lights out, and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
So,
it shocked me. I stumbled on my words. I was just like, what the hell?
I'm going to turn him down for the start of the race.
Yeah, please do,
So
because
that- yeah.
it shocked me.
So you won't get confused. You can literally just point the lights. So, Lando Norris, his Q2 lap was fastest overall, a 1:56.025. We're coming up to 2 minutes to go until the start of qualifying number 2 here for the Belgian Grand Prix. And who's your pick for pole, Megs? I went for Verstappen, but anything can happen in this one. Lando could steal it. Can't exactly turn the engines up now. They've all been pushing to the same limits.
I'm going to go for Lando because he's been good all this session, all this weekend, actually.
It's incredibly close, this one. It's incredibly tight as well to see what's going to happen. So we're 12 minutes delayed behind the running order, which is why we should have known it would finish an hour after it started. 60-minute sessions tend to do so.
Still, why do you think that Lando's been so good this week?
I don't know what's going on with him. It's really bizarre.
Is he just really good in the wets, I wonder? It seems to be his element recently, come to think of it, because he seems to do quite well in it. Though he's topped both qualifying sessions. Literally, he's been top.
I've never seen Lando this calm and precise on a weekend before. He seems to have something that could really go there. I'm going to say Lewis Hamilton wins the pole, says Adam. Was that your pick for pole as well on the Grid Network? I can't really remember. But I've gone for Max Verstappen. He was my pick. I'm not changing it now. I've got to stay. I didn't expect the amount of level of rain we've had, and I certainly didn't expect the amount of drama we've had so far.
Do you know, I'm starting to wonder whether he's made a deal with someone or something, or blackmailing someone.
Just blackmailed them all. Okay, here we go.
Missed it.
Oh man, that was such.
Unfortunately, that's P15, Lance. P15.
Language lines.
Yeah, no, we didn't do a second lap on the tire.
Yeah.
And the green light is on. And the third and final part of qualifying is underway here at Spa. And it started raining heavier, Meg. Look at the rain. Look at the rain. It has come down now in the bucket load. And it's raining again hard here at Spa. Look at the amount of water. And they're going to have to maybe even throw a red. It is now full wet tyres, Megs. It is downpoured once again here at Spa. That interested in the W Series. We could see another situation this morning where we have multiple formation laps, maybe a red flag as well. And to see, look at the standing water. I'm surprised. Oh, this is bad. They might red flag this one. Not kidding either.
I would be happy with how this is right now.
Yeah.
I would just say call it a quits.
Norris, Gasly, Vettel, Russell, Ricciardo, Ocon, and then followed by Hamilton and Bottas and Verstappen and Perez, the top 10. Norris, Vettel, definitely, Ricciardo, Ocon, all out there on wet tyres. Look, they all had intermediates ready. They've all had to change them over now to one of the 3 sets of full wet weather, because look at this. This is literally, the rain has come down this heavy in the last 30 seconds. As soon as the cars were beginning to leave for the pit lane, the rain has come down in the ocean full. So now we're into this unusual situation to where, Megan, we have to ask the question, what are they going to do?
I don't know, though. It seems like McLaren were quite ready for that.
They were. They saw it coming. So I think McLaren. Oh,
They won the battle.
Oh, this is ridiculous. There is such an ocean now down
like
towards
thick fog.
coming out of Puong and down towards Fania. Raining trackside is the information we've got now. Let's hear from Vettel.
I think they should red flag. Red flag. It's too much water, mate.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to red flag it with 10 minutes to go. They might even restart because this is bad. Sebastian Vettel calling for a red flag. He's out there on the track. No sign of any red flags on our monitors at the moment. But
Just like, please red flag.
would they abandon the session? It's raining
Yes.
really hard now. It's really, really hard.
This is why I don't think...
Let's hear from Norris.
Yeah, quite a bit of aquaplaning.
Understood.
And that's Lando Norris now saying about the aquaplaning as well. So, Megan, it's a question is, who can get out there on the track? Who can find the time? Who can get a lap time in? What they might do is send everybody out there, do a lap time, and then call it a red flag. All 10 cars now out on the track, but there is a fog out there like nothing I've ever seen before as Lando Norris tries to negotiate it and maybe get himself a first ever pole position. He's so tentative with the car. And this is no longer, we've got a yellow already. There's a yellow somewhere on the track.
This is why I don't think it's
Oh,
good.
look how hard
quite a bit of aquaplaning.
Look how hard it's raining coming into Rouge as well. And Lando's red flag. We've got a red flag. And it's Lando Norris with a big accident. Lando Norris with a huge accident. Lando Norris at the top of the hill. He's the first driver to meet the conditions. He has crashed heavily in Eau Rouge, and it has brought out the red flags. The race control, Michael Masi, I'm sorry, you need to be fired. Absolutely fired for that. Why does it always take an incident to cause a red flag?
They were calling for it when they literally started going out, though. No, it's fine. They'll be fine. His car was actually messed up.
That is a bad rear accident as well. The red flag is out. Lando Norris crashed at the top of the hill at Eau Rouge at the top of Radion.
Is Vettel stopping?
Vettel is stopped to make sure.
I think he's getting out.
Vettel, I think Vettel is going to stop and make sure he's okay.
Lando, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, boys.
Oh. And Lando, session will not be restarted as far as I can see.
I think Vettel stopped, just like shouting over, just like, "Are you all right?"
I think Vettel stopped and was sort of waving to him to see if he could get a response. Yeah.
Just like, though.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thought that Lando kind of sounded a little bit in pain?
I thought the worst.
He was spinning round. I think he may have just like hurt himself a little bit, maybe whiplash.
That is nasty. That is if that session is not immediately it, I don't know what to believe anymore.
I wouldn't restart it. I don't even want W Series to start. I am not risking. I don't want them to start risking drivers. Yeah, he's holding his left shoulder. His left elbow. I think he must have hit his funny bone.
So can I just point out, rear left suspension, rear right suspension, front left suspension, front right suspension's all gone. But how great is it to see that Lando Norris has got out of the car and he is okay.
Oh, he's holding his...
He aquaplaned through Eau Rouge and whacked into the wall backwards, and then it bounced him back on the track. For all those people, 2 seconds, for all those people on social media saying, "Whoa, we don't need to change Eau Rouge," look at this. That's 2 crashes in a row now.
Yesterday and today, 6 drivers and now Lando, and you can see just going down.
He's going to hit the bump. I know, he's going to hit the bump. The same point yesterday.
Yeah.
Exactly the same point. An aquaplane hit the wall.
That's exactly what W Series did yesterday.
And of course, it just bounced back onto the track. And do you know what's worrying as well? The way he's bounced on, it's in the same position where Anton Hubert ended up. And he got T-boned. So Vettel quickly slowing down. But look at this. Look at this. It is an ocean as you approach Eau Rouge. He aquaplanes. And of course, he's going to hit the wall hard. That is over 100.
He sparked.
The top of Radion, that's 8th gear.
He went over his wheel.
That is almost 190 mile an hour accident.
Look.
I have not seen... Yeah, look, he tells his shoulder. I've not seen a car do that since Zonta and Villeneuve did it in 1998, when they both tried to go flat out through Eau Rouge and just literally spun like a bottle top.
I think Lando's hurt his elbow because...
That is... They were calling... Right, Sebastian Vettel called for a red flag. Lando Norris called for a red flag. Everybody out there saw...
And Lando paid the price.
Yeah, Lando paid the price. I'm so glad he's got out of the car and he's okay. But I'm telling you right now, Michael Masi, I want your resignation on this bloody desk by the end of the day. I'm
getting fed up with him.
I'm getting a bit fed up of that. I tried to play devil's advocate yesterday when the accident happened with the W Series because it was slick tyres on a track that just started raining.
But this is just ridiculous.
But this is more. Michael Masi, he's the race director. He physically started the session when it was raining like that. Look, it was right. Look, Vettel standing there, and Lando gives him a wave, and Vettel trying to give him a thumbs up as well. Top marks to Sebastian Vettel there for stopping, and because if Lando wasn't okay, Vettel would have got out. He would have done a Senna.
You see, it was that bad of a crash that Sebastian had to check.
When Eric Comas crashed in 1990 during qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix, he crashed down at Blanchimont and he was unconscious in the car. And Senna drove past and he could hear that the engine was still running with his foot hard down on the accelerator. So it was pumping fuel in and it could have exploded. So Senna stopped the car, got out, ran, switched off the engine and then held Eric Comas's head to make sure that he didn't swallow his tongue or anything like that and just make sure his neck was okay. But wow. And the drivers were on the radio calling for a red flag. Do you know, I knew. We got the information that there was a yellow flag out on the screen before the reds came.
I knew it was Lando.
I knew it was Lando.
Because I saw him slightly hesitate on the thing. I was like, oh no.
I knew it was Lando. I could feel it. I saw the fact that it was too wet coming to Eau Rouge, and I feared that there'd be something in Eau Rouge, and then bang, Lando goes in backwards.
One to properly meet Eau Rouge.
That is, if this session restarts, I'll be very surprised. I'll tell you what.
If W Series starts, I'm going to be angry.
I'll tell you this now. I'll tell you this right now for a matter of fact. I think we should cancel qualifying, give Lando Norris the pole position from Q2 results.
Yeah, he deserves it after that.
And, as well, if any damage is to the car, don't give him a bloody grid penalty. Just let him start the race, because this is Michael Masi, who is literally... He started the session, he pressed the button when it was raining, as heavy as it was when it cancelled the Formula 3 race this morning. They could have delayed the start to Q3. They didn't. They let the cars out, and it was just a massive aquaplane moment everywhere. And honestly...
He also didn't listen when both drivers called for a red.
I don't like that. Let's listen to Danny Ricciardo.
Okay. A lot of water.
Lando reported aquaplaning turn 8. Take care into turn 8.
We're just hearing a team radio at Marchand where he's actually got quite animated and saying, you know, what did I say? What did I say? It should have been a red flag.
Sebastian Vettel, we just heard from David Croft there on Sky Sports F1. Vettel getting quite agitated over the radio and saying, what did I say? What did I say? It should have been a red flag. It should have been a red flag. I completely agree with you. And if we can hear that on the PLC, I'll play that for you out immediately. But this is just...
I am furious right now. I don't want them to restart the session.
No.
This is not weather conditions for someone to race in. I don't want the resumption of this session. I don't want the race for W Series to go out like that in full racing attire.
Yeah.
Formation lap or not, this was simply qualifying. We had a band of clash yesterday.
Let's listen.
Red flag, slow down. Get your delta positive. Norris in Eau Rouge had a big shunt. Lots of debris.
This is Vettel.
Well, what the did I say? What did I say? Red flag. Yeah. It's unnecessary. Is he okay?
A big shunt. Lots of debris.
Yeah, well, what the did I say? What did I say? Red flag. Yeah. It's unnecessary. Is he okay?
This is the radio we've heard. Is there any more? Oh, look, that's the onboard with Norris. He got whipped around so
He's
much.
okay. He's okay.
He is,
Copy that.
it
Carry
gets like whiplashed.
That's not nice. And let's go over to the group chat because we've got some comments coming through as well. Adam says this session doesn't need to be restarted. I'll agree, Josh. It doesn't. It really doesn't. This is beyond a joke now.
And I will make my voice clear if W Series decides to start, because no. I'm not having a race start when it's like that.
Yeah. This is
whether you dry it up or not, it's still going to be there.
Medical sentiment is now being taken in as well. And so we're in this strange situation where we're in a red flag procedure as we wait for the countdown clock to start up again. But this is so odd.
Look at that. Look at the back of the car.
It's wrecked.
And where's the engine?
Oh, that's gearbox, engine, suspension damage. I think
that could have been another Grosjean.
Lando might actually not start the race tomorrow. Angry radio message from Vettel swearing, in which he says, what did I say, red flag? That needed to be more. That session should never, ever have started, and it should... Look at this. That is an insane amount of water.
That's not driving conditions.
And Lando was a complete passenger as well and whacked into the wall. I'm getting shades of what happened yesterday. I'm getting shades of Jack Aitken's crash. I'm getting shades of Antoine Hubert. I'm getting shades of 1998 and 1999 when the two BAR Hondas did it. I do not like it at all. It is a nasty part. And I think the time has come where we don't change Eau Rouge's corner, but we change the runoff area. That's all we want. We want to keep the corner, obviously, because you can't. There's not much you can do.
Boys,
we just want the drivers to be able to be safe.
There's nothing you can do with Eau Rouge. But you could
I
change.
want less elevation.
You could put the gravel trap in. You could change the runoff area. You could pull everything back so it's more open space. Because that's 2 big accidents in 2 days.
They have all these like safety measures for everything. They want the most dangerous corner. They do nothing.
Lando Norris on the radio. Let's listen to him now. We've got him on the team radio. Let's listen. He's on the PLC, so let's listen.
Sorry, boys. We should have had a good one there. I let you down. My bad.
No, you didn't. Lando, you've got nothing to feel bad about. If anything, it's Michael Masi, who I think is going to be public enemy number 1. And certainly, considering I've got his phone number as well, given to me in the media, and these emails just given to me in the media booklets that we get, I've got half a mind.
Give it to me, I'll tell
I've
him where to
got
stick
half a
it.
mind to go on the phone to him at the end of this session, because we know he doesn't check his phones. Look, there he is. There's Michael Masi now in race control, looking at it and thinking immediately go to red flag.
I'm sorry, was he even paying attention?
He was looking at the timing monitors. I think he knows as well there, I've made a big, big boo-boo. In fact,
Yeah, he better know.
I've
better know, otherwise I'm getting your phone, I'm calling him.
I have never been more angry at a race director in my entire life. That with being a race director, you have a duty of care to the drivers, to the marshals, to the fans, to the teams as well. You started that session when it was absolutely hammering it down. The drivers were calling for red flags on their outlaps. You didn't throw the red flag, and that was the result. The rain was more like a lake through Eau Rouge. I'm so angry.
I feel like throwing those loft boards out at something.
I'm never. What is your view? Should this? Everybody watching us here on YouTube as well and in the radio channels as well, get in touch at Joshua Birch 99 at MegSoBO5 on social media of Twitter and Instagram as well. Get in touch. What on earth do you think of that race?
Esteban, get out of the car because refuse to start the race. Just get out of the car.
It's the session, really, isn't it?
Session, race,
and
I
look,
wouldn't even start.
Sorry, Megan, can I cut across you? Because this rain cloud that we can see is coming in for the start of the W Series. So
No. Don't start it. Don't start anything.
We could be in for a long delay to continue the F1 session. We could be in for a long delay to start the W Series as well.
I don't want any race.
Major cleanups as well. What they could do with the W Series is they could start it under the safety car, run round. No, start it under the safety car, run round very slowly for 5 laps, then just call it a result, or not even, or just run the race tomorrow. But now look, we've got oil.
Abandon it.
Sorry, we've got oil on the track, and we've got marshals putting cement dust down on wet circuit. That is not good news.
I won't even start the W Series race.
We're in for a long delay. Let's give it that as.
I don't want a delay. I want to abandon it.
We can't abandon a race. You can't just. It's not that easy to abandon a race. W Series is on the calendar.
Go round for a little bit.
No, seriously. If you
delay it.
If you abandon a race, it affects the title. It affects the points available. You've got to. There has to be every way. The race directors as well and FIA have to make every effort to start a race, no matter if it's behind the safety car, whether it's formation laps, or whatever.
Start on Monday.
When Q3 remains, there'll be 8:59 to go on the board.
They're restarting it.
Well, when it restarts, it's not going to be restarted yet. We're in for another delay. We've got to get the weather sorted. Let's hear from Carlos Sainz.
This look on your face because you've seen what's happened to Lando. Tough conditions out there.
Yeah, very tough. Glad he's okay. Obviously, huge shunt, and just shows that this corner maybe needs a bit of fine-tuning still.
Everybody's saying it. That's all we can play, unfortunately. But that's everybody's saying it as well. Everybody's saying.
Okay, Lando's okay, Max. Just for info, Lando is okay.
You hit the wall hard, or?
Looks like quite a big accident, yeah.
Okay, well that's good to hear.
That is okay, that is. Mike Gallagher, when you literally cannot see the F1 car on the broadcast because of rain, maybe it's time to press the red flag button? Drivers have zero visibility in these conditions as well.
They find it difficult enough in light rain.
Yeah. Jack Aiken, when it rains, it really pours, doesn't it? Not talking about the weather. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Jack, in terms of crashes at Eau Rouge. This is unbelievable. Is it wrong to name your child after an F1 corner? Question mark, says Sophie Brealey, who's Matt Gallagher's girlfriend. Eau Rouge and running. What on earth is going on? Just thinking 8 years ahead. Okay. So, yeah, she's obviously thinking something there. Russell goes fastest as well. This is unbelievable as well. Let's see what Hazel Southwell, a guest on the channel previously, has got to say about it.
You okay?
Yeah,
Hamilton?
copy. Driver okay.
Very glad Norris is okay. And that was nearly identical to Moore's slide yesterday. The same point of losing control at a higher speed in a car with more downforce. Can't change the corner, but can flag the session sensibly. Yeah, can change the corner. So can change the corner in future. But thinking about Moore this weekend, absolutely, they should have red flagged it a lot more quicker than that. And apparently, Paul Di Resta is saying over Sky F1 that Norris could have lifted through a Rouge. And Hazel Southwell said, "Oh, F off Di Resta, for God's sake. Back in my day, we would have had 20 fatal crashes through a Rouge a year and been glad of it. Mate, you last drove an F1 car in 2017, you're not 80. I know, to be honest with you, Paul Di Resta really does do my bloody head in as well. And honestly, I'm not really a fan of this. As you can see, I'm sure everybody is on social media can see, everyone's angry with what we've just seen. Everyone is really frustrated because nobody has been listened to.
I'm just checking my Twitter now.
Rule 1, as a race director, you listen to the drivers.
Yeah, they're the ones who have to go out there.
You listen to the drivers. You make that call as well in terms of the fact that you need to know it as well. And I am beyond angry right now of what we've seen. And honestly, I'm surprised.
Williams Racing, can we just end quali here?
Well, that's good for them because we've got Russell P3. Well, and look, Megan, it's raining even heavier now. Look at if you look up at the monitor, it's raining heavier as well. So this rain's showing no sign of letting up. We've actually run out the time that this qualifying session was supposed to be at now. The clock is still at 8:59, but we have actually run out the time. So while we try and look at that, look at the level of rain for a 9-minute qualifying session, and then of course we've got the W Series and the Formula 3 race to come later. We're in for a long day, and it's more rain tomorrow. This is another thing as well. We've got the same amount of water coming down on the track tomorrow. How long are we going to be standing by for a red flag? How many delays to the start procedures are we going to have? It's going to be absolutely insane. As now, look,
I'm tempted to put something about
they're trying to sweep away the dust because it's at the fastest corner on the track and you've got oil down. So everything is just like...
Massive amount of oil.
So look, we've actually...
There's puddles.
Yeah, we've clicked at the time. Oh, this is so many shades of wrong. So many shades of wrong. I do not know what on earth is going on. Red flag out here at Spa-Francorchamps in qualifying as we wait to see what the next situation is going to be. 8:59 on the clock when we restart, as I will just select that now on the board. It's 8:59, 8:58 actually on the board as well when this session restarts.
Number 1 on trending.
What?
Glad Lando.
Glad Lando.
Yeah, they're glad that he's okay.
Oh, I think everybody is after that one. That was a nasty, scary accident at over 180 miles an hour in wet weather conditions. It is never, ever nice. 8:58 left on the board. We're under a red flag here at Spa-Francorchamps, and it could be a lengthy one as well. Beth saying as well in the group chat, we're just what we're doing, Beth, at the moment, we're just getting everything in position so we can control the restart. Beth saying as well, where is Jackie Stewart when you need him? Beth, I absolutely agree with you there. Where on earth is Jackie Stewart there? He's there this weekend, so maybe he can give someone a sensible knocking to the head and help Malcolm Mazzi out there as well. Wonder a red flag. So let's. It's a question as well, Megan, of what's going to happen next. Let's just talk about this sensibly for once. You're Michael Mazzi. You're probably going to have a very angry Lando Norris coming to you. The drivers are going to absolutely hate you.
And a very angry
Sebastian Vettel, yeah.
Yeah.
What would your defence be from Michael? Would it be a straight up apology, or is he going to say you should have come into the pit lane? But he's got the control.
I wouldn't know how to apologise.
He's got the control over the red flag button. He can manually press that button.
It's his fault.
Yeah. Right, 8:58 left on the board then. Let's hear from Lando. Sorry, from Fernando.
I hope he's okay.
Thank you.
I hope he's okay, as it should have been a red flag before. The rain is coming down heavier. We've got the W Series understandably delayed here on YouTube. As soon as we come off air for this, we'll go on air for the W Series. But we expect it's going to be a lengthy delay. So set your alerts for that for when we go live as well here on YouTube, because that is obviously delayed. We are now 1 hour and 45 minutes into this broadcast for an hour qualifying and a 20-minute build-up. So we should have ended by now. We haven't. We've got 8:59 left of qualifying. Russell was on a fastest lap time. He was 36 in that first sector. But look at this. This is almost the level of rain we get in Malaysia, Megan. It is
like
hailing now. It's
Do you know there's a hurricane going on? Hurricane Ida.
Is that anywhere near Spa?
No. Though
sorry, Megan, to cut across you here, but look at the weather.
They've got a helicopter up there.
Yeah, I think that it's coming into land. The medical helicopter's coming into land, and the TV helicopter as well, because it's absolutely abysmal weather here at Spa. Vettel is out and out a very good man, says Jenny Gow. I agree there as well. As a reminder, after another Eau Rouge Raidillon crash as well, Spa has already revealed plans to make barrier changes in this section of the track. That is great news that they're actually going to make barrier changes to Eau Rouge, Megan.
They better.
And that's from John Noble. But look how hard it's raining now, Megan. You remember, that is severely... It's like someone's literally just turned on the shower head and has pointed it on the track. It is biblical out here right now. If this was a Formula 1 race, it would be red flagged. Qualifying is understandably red flagged. And we're now in a delay period because they've got to get qualifying finished. Regardless of the accidents, they've got to get it finished. They've got to get everything else sorted. They've got to get the W Series on. And this red flag should have been out hours ago. Absolutely unbelievable as we're under this delay. Right, we're going to show you a quick filter. A quick feature as well, because obviously the rain is not going to go away here at Spa-Francorchamps. It is absolutely abysmal weather here. We're trying to stay on until we get confirmation of what's going to happen next. But welcome to Spa-Francorchamps, Megan. And it's raining. I've been here for a World Endurance Championship race where it started snowing in the middle of June and had to be red flagged.
I'd rather this.
Yeah, rain and snow?
Yeah. No, I'd rather snow than rain, because then at least you can see where the hell it is.
Everyone can have a snowball fight then as well, yeah. Unbelievable. Martin Brundle's angry as well. You can hear him you can hear Martin over the headphones in our box. He's angry as well. He's talking about the Senna Ratzenberger crash and when they changed tracks themselves to make them safer. It is absolutely unbelievable. And he was chairman of the GPDA, of course. Autosport saying it looks like we'll be waiting a bit longer as the rain has intensified here at Spa. A farcical, isn't it, as well, says S.D. Dolby as well. And this is absolutely unbelievable. And Matt White as well, from Matt White Racing as well, he's one of our followers, says, gutted for Lando. He had pole in his pocket. Hope he's okay. And he did, didn't he, Megan? We all knew he had qualifying.
He did. If
qualifying is delayed in tomorrow, can Lando take part if he is okay and car is fixed? No, because the session started and he crashed. No car can take further part in qualifying if you've caused a red flag. So unfortunately, that's there. As well. Let's take another look at this crash then from Lando Norris up the hill. Look, he hit the bump and it unsteadied the car. The same bump that Sarah Moore hit yesterday and all the other 6 cars, and it just whacked into the wall.
Yeah.
I think the gearbox might be okay, actually. I know it's a hard rear hit, but considering...
hopefully.
He might have just got away with that one, actually. Maybe he changed his gearbox. It's a 5-place grid penalty, so he start 15th on the grid, so...
Yeah.
It's a nasty accident. And, of course, what we were all worried about as well is the fact that, look, you're 180 miles an hour, and the impact in the surrounding barrier, it's bounced him back into the track as well.
I think that's why he's holding his elbow.
Yeah, it's bounced him back massively. Adam here is also saying, abandon the day and have the W Series race tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, it'll change the schedule because we've also got another Formula 3 race. So you'd have to have... the race would have to start at 7 o'clock in the morning. But Spa time, so 6 to our time. You'd have to have the Formula 3 race, then you'd have to have the W Series race, then you'll have to have the Porsche Super Cup race, then you'd have to have the second Formula 3 race. And
Just
then
abandon.
Then you'd have to have the F1 race. And also, there's another question is, we've got this amount of rain tomorrow in the race. So we're going to be sitting here
Work?
We're going to be sitting here for a lengthy rain delay tomorrow as well, thinking the same thing as, well, how long we're going to be out here. The Belgian Grand Prix is under a red flag for qualifying as well. And we've got no sign. They could just abandon qualifying and get on with the rest of the day and delay W Series more and more and more. But it doesn't really focus us here as well because we have to fill either way. Because we're commentating on both the W Series and the Belgian Grand Prix. But there's now rivers on the track as well. It's a bit unbelievable that this session is going to start as well.
They're even thinking about doing anything.
Look, we're slap bang. Can we get that weather forecast radar that we had earlier
and
on?
It's getting worse.
we're under this red flag, so let's see if we can take a look at the map here.
Oh, God.
With the amount of rain we've got going on. Think we can. Yeah, look. Okay, so here we go, look. Let's take a look at the group chat, look.
This is lighter than
look,
this.
here's the weather forecast. Look what we're in now. We're in a massive rain gully here at the side of the track. Here's the track down here, look, and it's unbelievable.
And there's worse rain to come.
And there's more worse rain coming as well. Heavier rain where lesser power cars can aquaplane off. Alpine have said no update yet on the session will restart. The rain is still coming down. Esteban is on standby in his car as well. Let's go. Beth saying as well, morning rain, it's already Sunday here. Good morning, Beth. Welcome to Sunday.
Morning.
Welcome to what is probably going to be a very horrible session.
Do you need another drink? Because I feel like we're going to be here a while.
I've got one.
I'm going to get a drink.
All right.
I may get tea. So
I'll have a wacko. Not wacko. I'll have a penguin. Give me a penguin. Thanks. Bring a packet of crisps as well. We could be here for a while as well. Unbelievable. Safety cars now out on the track as well, we're seeing. So the FIA said, look at the amount of standing water. If you're watching along with us here on Sky F1 or on TSN in Australia, Fox Sports as well all the way around the world, ESPN in America. So Sunez says, what happens if the rain doesn't stop? The day will be cancelled. Qualifying will be cancelled or run tomorrow morning. And the W Series, I think, could either be cancelled or run tomorrow. And the second F2 race will also be cancelled as well. And Bert Marland is now at the top of the hill at Eau Rouge and Raidillon, and he is just checking the way it is. It is biblical out here right now as well at Spa-Francorchamps. Zero sign of this weather taking off and restarting. Zero sign of anything as well. And we're just all keeping our fingers crossed to see what is going to happen. Weather update is still wet at the moment, and the safety car going down the Kemmel Straight has got so much standing water behind it. It almost looks like it's covered in an actual lake. It looks like Noah's Ark out there is more necessary equipment than a Formula One car, which has got no downforce. Soon it says they'll rename the Grand Prix of the Bulge. Yeah. Unbelievable. We're in a forest, of course, as well, so it really does hit the rain differently around here. Hazel Southwell, yes, Eau Rouge is all... Oh, hang on, Hazel. Don't go anywhere yet, just yet. Where is it? Here we go. Yes, Eau Rouge has always been a risky corner, but the cars now go faster with more downforce than ever before. Eau Rouge is no longer a corner. No one lifts into Raidillon because in the right conditions you can make it, but in the wet it's a hazard for all series. Hazel, I completely agree with you there as well. And it's a scary, scary sight that we're seeing out here at the moment. And Richard Dale says, at Croft F1, stop talking bull. F1 is safe enough to do any more. F1 is safe enough. Do any more, and it's no longer motor racing. Go and commentate on knitting competition or something. Richard, in all due respects, bugger off and something F off. Really, go away. You don't want to see people die, especially when you're commentating on them as well. Soon as says Ian would love the last one. Well, he's coming about the Battle of the Bulge. Yeah, don't want any of that one, but I think he's coming into the box in a second. Actually, I don't know. I'm just going to set up his headset just in case he wants to come in and talk about the Lando accident as well. So I am setting up his headphones here in the box. Look, here's his headset. So that's being set up. Everybody else. Who else? Hang on a minute. Who went out there in intermediates? Pierre Gasly. I've just noticed this. Pierre Gasly went out there in intermediates. Unbelievable. So we've just heard the confirmation that if this session cannot restart, the times will be taken from Q2, which would give Lando Norris pole position. So Lando might still have pole, regardless of the fact that he didn't finish on the track. You know, he was crashed out in this session. So Lando could still have a pole position, I should assume. And should certainly hope so as well. As to what's happening next, the safety car is doing a couple of laps then here on the circuit. Nobody wanting to have a different situation. So while we're under this red flag with no sign of any action, we're going to pop off for a quick VT. Stay with us here because it's not going to be that long. If you're interested in safer racing of W Series racing as well, sorry, W Series. If you're interested in safer racing, then eSport racing is the way to go as well. And let's just have a look and see what some of the classics are. Let's go over and have a look at the VT. We'll be back in a moment. This is the The race leader pits. Benny Callag's up to second place. He's got past Mohamed Utas. And now the question is Benny Callag going to have the toe as a yellow third sector's come out? Why? I'm not sure. Will this affect? Yes, Benny Callag leads from Mohamed Utas. And leaving the pit lane is Ali Quay. So he's down to third place, but he's on the soft tyres. He'll be much, much faster. And Ali Quay might get back up into second place here. And he will. But you heard it as well. We'll just play Ali's radio quickly because he's talking with a message, I believe, for Benny Callag.
I'm coming for you, Benny.
Ali's on his way for Benny. Here we go. It's 2 weeks ago. Over again. The battle now. 5 seconds. Ali Quay on brand new soft compound tyres. Benny Callag 5 lap on medium tyres. He is a lot slower than Ali in the Ferrari. This is the battle for the victory of the French Grand Prix. 1:31.883. Ali Quay is showing he means business. Beat that, he says. Oh, how was that not contact? Ofar Soko. Benny Callag's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The race win surely goes to Ali Quay, who now only has to keep A within 3 seconds and B on the road at all times. Penultimate lap. Oh, but look at Ali. He's over 3 seconds. Benny Callag responding. Benny Callag is responding. 3.1 seconds. It might not be over yet. If Ali's inside 3 seconds, regardless across the line, he's the winner. There's your maths for you. If he's outside that time, we have to wait to call it. It's a combination of Japan 94 and it seems Silverstone 98. We don't know across the line what's the winner going to be. It's been a crazy French Grand Prix. It's about to get even crazier. Benny Callag crosses the line in first place. The question is, has he won from Ali Quay, who crosses the line? Ali Quay wins! 2.509 seconds! Benny Callag defeated! Ali Quay wins the French Grand Prix! 2.509 seconds! Ferrari win! Renault second! He did it at the line! Fabulous! What a race! And let's hear from our race winner!
Woohoo! Yes! Yes!
You can hear how much it means to him as well. The penalties applied. Benny Callag finishes second. It was a 6-second added on. 2.509 seconds. Ali Quay. It's 25 points. It narrows the gap just to Benny Callag. But most importantly, it is a race win at last. For the first time this year, he defeats Benny and becomes our 4th different winner.
And welcome back to the red flagged Spa Francorchamps. I think that's how you say it.
Qualifying, yeah.
F1 qualifying. And it's still under red flag. We have no idea when we're going to get restarted, even though some people, majority,
everyone
thinks that we shouldn't restart and we should just abandon it and leave the times as it is.
I managed to demolish a packet of crisps and a penguin in that 3 minutes or 4 minute video, which was absolutely fantastic. What does Bert Marlander make of it? A thumbs up and a little bit of a wave as well out there.
I managed to make a cup of tea.
Has Jack Miller taken pole position? As we wait for news on our race restart, we want to take our time. We want to take a moment to thank our crews who worked tirelessly after yesterday's to get all the cars ready for today's race. Yet the W Series is delayed, but I'll tell you what, Channel 4 are on air. So Channel 4 broadcasting live Formula 1, but with the W Series. So they can't go to their commentators because Alex Jakes and Billy Monk are commentating on this. So they're having to do every one of their broadcasts relying on VT for us. But luckily they've got all these series they can play out as well. So
yeah.
we're just looking at Lando Norris's accident once again. It was a scary one. It was
Very.
a terrifying, over 180 miles an hour into the wall as well. If you think we're imagining how bad the track conditions are, we've got a live updater here in the comms box or a radar, and the rain is still here. And so Sebastian Vettel giving a thumbs up, and Lando Norris giving 1-2 to make sure that they were both okay.
Was Michael Masi even paying attention?
Well, I don't know, but let's just talk about this quickly as well, because this is actually quite crucial if we can come up to the main comcam. Sean Kelly points out that the 2015 United States Grand Prix, the grid was decided by the Q2 results because Q3 did not take place because Q3 has already started today. I think they are obligated to complete it, even if it means coming back tomorrow morning. So the rules state if nobody can start, nobody can set a Q3 time, they'll be taken on their Q2 time. But the fact that Michael Masi started, and the karting session, the karting that we just saw with everyone out there on full wet weather conditions, which I've done, by the way. I've done karting in full wet conditions on slick kart tyres.
Did you win?
No, I came third. Aaron won, Luke
That's good.
second, me third. But let me tell you something as well. That karting, absolutely fantastic. You are literally skating, and it is so much fun. So yeah, Martin Bundle said as well it was too much fun. So yeah.
Have you read the comments?
I have. Yep. The Grand Prix of the Bulls. The Bulls, yeah.
Yeah, Dad would love that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you might need tanks to complete it. They don't have tyres, do they? They've got those Caterpillar tracks. They could probably complete the session more than anybody else.
If
You've got
get
that
through a wall.
Do you know? I thought Le Mans last weekend was strenuous for commentating. 24 hours non-stop. This Belgian Grand Prix seems to be taking forever in qualifying. I wish we had the kettle set up with all our little food.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you've got a hot cup of tea here as well. And I've had a penguin, and I've got a penguin here, look, and a packet of crisps, and I've had
a choco bread.
I've had another packet of crisps brought to me in case we're here for a long, long time as well. And
I don't eat crisps, so I'm just going to have to stay away from those like the plague.
Yeah, but we're well catered for, and if we get to the point where we have to order food in to finish this race, I think they might have to call it off.
Hi, McDonald's.
Yeah, no, Burger. No, not Burger. Pizza Hut. Let's get Pizza Hut. They deliver now, Pizza Hut as well.
We did have McDonald's yesterday.
They did, yeah. So it's a question. Yeah, well, actually, no, we didn't, Megan.
Technically, it was today.
We had McDonald's at 1:30 in the morning this morning. I was out.
Yeah.
I was out last night as well.
We did.
And I wasn't partying. We just went on a drive, and we went on a little kick around on one of the fields. And so I said, a friend of mine hadn't eaten. So she got a burrito wrap thing, and I thought to myself, I wonder if Megan's still awake. I called you, but you didn't answer. So I just said,
You called me?
Yeah, you didn't answer. So I went over and I said to Luke, just get 2 double cheeseburgers, and I brought them back, and I just literally dangled it in front of you and go, there you go. In fact, he took them as well as my new Nerf gun that I was bought as well. I get spoiled.
I'm gonna hit you with that Nerf gun sometime if you spray me with that water pistol of yours.
I'll tell you what,
Why do they keep buying you that?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, Michael Masi might be on the receiving end of a few Nerf bullets or maybe vocal bullets at the end of this one because of the the drivers are going to be on him like anything when he leaves race control because he's not in charge of the W Series. The rain looks to have stopped, Megan, finally, so we might get this one back underway. Who knows?
Well,
Who knows?
I need to sit down. I feel like it's going to get to a point where I'm just going to have to bring some toast in here.
Toast?
Yeah, well, I don't eat crisps, do I?
So you're on for full-on toast?
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, I can bring cereal in here.
It's looking really bad at the moment as Bert Malander is out on the track. Once again, let's just pop that headset down there in case anybody needs to come in and talk to us.
If I had to, I would only have one singular crisp. That's because I would probably be hungry.
Beth has sent us a link in the chat here on YouTube. I'll put it on my phone so it doesn't affect anything we've got on the laptops. But we're under a red flag. We've been under the red flag now for 39 minutes of a stoppage.
I'm glad I didn't plan on doing my college work today.
Yes, well, one bad thing as well actually is that I was supposed to be going golfing after the W Series.
With who? I can always call them telling I'm going to be late.
Can't do that now. So I think I'm going to be joining them at the pub after. So to be fair though, end of the sessions and end of all the commentaries. What do? I go to the pub. Nice pub as well. Who doesn't like a pub? Right, let's take a look at.
I don't know.
Beth has sent a link in as well to the group chat. What is it? It's a YouTube link, I think, or no, it's changed. Beth has started. Michael Masi must be sacked. As well. Michael Masi has lost the confidence of Formula One race fans and is unable to ensure the safety of races and pre-race events. He should be sacked as race director by the FIA. Just signing this.
Can I sign it?
If you like. I'm not even joking. I'm sat here signing it right now.
He literally is.
We've got engines firing up in the pit lane at the moment. Because honestly, that is the most dangerous, reckless thing I think I've ever seen in my life. And yes, tell me the position wins, obviously.
It will be resumed at 15 minutes to 5 local time.
This Q3 will be restarted, which is Lando Norris will not be on there as well. So there we go. I've signed it, Beth. Qualifying will be resumed at 16:45. Well, obviously, it needed to be done. I'm very surprised by all this, and I'm very surprised by the fact that they've been so careless with race direction at the moment. And I'm honestly a little bit worried about what's going to happen next, Keeps on adding on then, keeps on changing, keeps on challenging. This fantastic session. Well, not really fantastic, but you know what I mean. Fantastic in the sense of the word. What on earth is going to happen next? Our iPads are only on 33% up here in the box, so that doesn't really. That just takes over our earphones at the moment as well in terms of the PLC that we hear. So it is a bit worrying if it doesn't work. The Eau Rouge debate as well out there on. There's Eau Rouge debates everywhere at the moment. As everybody's really, really angry with this one. W Series having to change a lot. Ted Kravitz is on Channel 4 right now talking with several other drivers as well. If you think about it, they've got nothing to do. There's literally only 2 presenters because they can't even throw it to the commentary box because that's currently doing the Channel 4 qualifying session. So we will get this session restarted, and Megan, we will get this session underway. Sadly. It seems for anything else in terms of the fact that we're going to go racing track clear. Session's going to restart in less than a minute. So 8:58 left on the board. We will then go green and the session will restart. Who, Megan, though, is going to head out there on intermediates and who's going to head out there on proper on wet tyres? I think Inter's going to be the tyres for everybody, don't you think?
Don't know, probably.
Here we go then, folks. Strap yourselves in for a 9-minute session that's going to start in around about 13 seconds' time. God knows what's going to happen next. Cars at the end of the pit lane. 8 seconds left. Megan, take us to the green flag.
Right. Well, it seems like the first person to get, first person ready is Ocon. And it's...
Away we go.
Yep.
Green light after a 43-minute delay. We are back underway here at Spa-Francorchamps. The rain for the moment has subsided. The spray, however, is going to be a lot. Lando, Esteban Ocon attacks Eau Rouge flat out. Oh, he just lifts. Oh, the spray at the top of the hill, Megan, is not good at all, actually. So
still not
I'm surprised they've restarted it this soon.
I just noticed a really singular tree in the background of
the back of a room. Well, before the wall of spray, you mean?
Yeah. And it looks like that tree of life thing. It was quite nice.
Let's move over there a bit because you're blocking my shot.
It was quite pretty.
Yeah.
I'll show you it later.
Well, you'll have to. Cars leaving the pit lane then. Rain has abated for now. Maybe we'll get a dry W series. Well, not dry. Maybe we'll get an OK W series race. Fingers crossed as well.
I sincerely doubt it.
I feel sorry for Ted Kravitz, who wasn't actually in the Sky F1 box this weekend as well. But I'm surprised actually that he hasn't actually gone over to anything else. Group chat then. How are you feeling about the green flags going out there? Hopefully it's going to be an okay one.
Hamilton team radio. What spray?
We didn't hear that all in full because nothing was working correctly.
Because you pushed my hand down, so it made me not be able to hear.
Yeah, I did that for a reason. The PLC should play it in a second, actually. So Lewis Hamilton has.
What if he didn't?
So Lewis Hamilton has been told over the radio. He said to the team, it's still a lot of spray out here, and they say, Lewis, if you're not happy, just come into the pit lane, and we won't do anything. I think it's driver safety now. They've got to be careful. And Megan, the rain might have stopped, but the water on the track surface is still there.
It's still there, and it's going to take
It's a lot of aqua.
Okay.
Yeah, copy.
It's a lot of aquaplaning. Charles, not Charles. He was on about. What on earth's happening there? I think we're
Still a lot of spray.
Lewis, I'll talk to you in this turn. If you're uncomfortable, come straight back in. We can quit next.
Oh no, they're on inters. Meg's on inters. That's why.
No rain forecast. So just think about how this circuit's going to evolve.
Got to stick with it.
No rain forecast.
Really? What forecast are you looking at?
Yeah, we're seeing a forecast that has got rain. So they're going out there now on intermediates, Megan. Intermediate seems to be the tyres everyone's going to go for. Russell has stayed on wets. But I think they all might pit for...
now.
Well, some people pitting for inters, some people pitting for wets. What's the right tyres? There's still a lot of spray out there as well. There'll be a lot of standing water in places. It's getting very treacherous in order to make the right decision. Praying nothing happens to Max again this weekend, says Sooners in the group chat. We agree with that as well. We want a good title fight. Hamilton's continuing.
So we reckon we should stick to the plan.
Understood, Bono, leave me to it. And away goes Lewis Hamilton. Can he get pole position number 102 here at Spa-Francorchamps?
So we reckon we should stick to
Very
the plan.
late towards turn 1.
Understood, leave it to me.
There's the radio that we heard and you heard as well.
I'm still so sad that Lando crashed.
Yeah, I know. Lando could have had pole today. It was in the bag. As well as everybody races up Eau Rouge at full throttle as well. Hamilton is the first of those drivers to meet these conditions in racing speeds or qualifying speeds that are arguably even more exuberant than racing speeds as he comes into Le Combs. First sector 34.018. Verstappen's fastest sector 2 as well. Russell's first sector time of 50.9. So he's on bad inters at the moment. So
that's because
an outlap.
Hamilton's spraying.
It's
in
an
his
outlap.
face.
It's an outlap. So focus on Hamilton, Bottas and Verstappen. They're the three drivers on it. Adam says, I'd go full wets all round. I would as well.
I'd refuse to leave the pit lane.
They're risking it for a Belgium chocolate biscuit at the moment as Hamilton coming down towards Pouong. The car is unsettled as well. He's had to back out of it. He's slow through Pouong as well. The car was twitching even coming down. How does it handle the Fanya chicane? A quick change of direction as well. Left to the right as well. Right to the left. And he's just holding through, but he's very slow, Megan. And of course, you can't touch the white curves as you come down to Stavolo.
Hold on.
Nice exit. Verstappen fastest first sector at 32. You've picked Hamilton to go off the track next. Maybe don't pick anybody to do that because you never know when they're going to go off next. Hamilton, big spray as you come through Blanchimont as well. Flat out in the wet. You're doing around about 173 miles an hour as you come into the braking zone for the bus stop. Huge amounts of spray as well. Hamilton's got clear air ahead of him. This could be the pole time here at Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix. The championship leader by just 8 points in the Mercedes. Been looking off all weekend. Can he get it back in the rocking rolling deserts, rocking rolling forests? And he does a 2:01.552. Here comes Valtteri Bottas now, next up across the line. What can he do across? Second at the moment, now to third. And goes P2, a 2:03. So Hamilton's found 1.5 seconds at the moment. He had clear visibility, didn't he?
Where did he find that?
Hamilton. Just Hamilton. What can Verstappen do?
Settee.
Yeah, settee. He's found him by the back of the settee. Verstappen comes to the line as well. They've all got spray to deal with as well from one of the cars. Hamilton was in clear airs. Verstappen goes P2 as the rain starts to come down again here at Spa. I think it's starting to rain again.
I think Gasly's going to do maybe a bit well because he ain't got anyone in front of him, has he?
And Perez too goes P5, 2:04. Here was everybody there. Gasly crosses the line, starts... No, Gasly goes P5. 2:03.801. 2 seconds off. So Hamilton, in the wet, has found a second to Max Verstappen. 0.973. That is an amazingly good time on the board as well.
He's being very cautious now.
Oh, yeah, wouldn't you be? Getting back to the pit lane.
It's not even causing any spray.
I don't know if he's trying to cool his tyres down or what, but it's closing. Top 5 predictions? It's up in the air.
Probably the current one.
Whoever gets the driest track So Hamilton, but I'm sticking with Verstappen, can still probably find something. There's another 2 minutes and 21 seconds left of this session. There's plenty of time to find things going on here.
Russell's very hesitant to get out there.
Yeah, where is he at the moment? Russell is 34.585. Lando Norris now will drop down to P10 plus a 5 place grid penalty if he has to change gearbox, or if he even has to start at the back, if he has to start from the back of the grid. Very hard afternoon for Lando Norris on a weekend that promised so much. Michael Masi's incompetence sort of corrupted that one, and I'm sorry, but there's literally nothing you can say or do to stop the blame from Michael Masi there. I try and play devil's advocate with him, I really, really do, but in that situation, it should have been red flag when the driver's called for it. You don't wait until there's a big accident to throw the red. Michael, you've gone down in my expectations there, you've gone down in the reputation of the drivers as well, and I think you might have to look out for a few people post this session as well who might want a quiet word with you down a dark alleyway as well, I think, because that's honestly, Vettel is angry and angry and angry.
Or you might want to check if your office is locked.
Yeah, might want to check under your seat as well before you sit down on your swivel chair. Those type of things. You saw that in Spooks, didn't you? As well. Right, here goes Perez to the line then with 1:10 to go. Coming out of the last corner, fires it out towards the line. Sergio Perez, P6 at the moment, goes P2. 2:02, 1:12. So Perez moves up, and he's only 5/10 off the pace of Hamilton with a minute to go.
Where did that come from?
That's a great time from Perez. Front row at the moment with more rain predicted tomorrow as well. This could be it. Russell, 33.348 is the fastest man in the first sector of anybody.
Okay, where did that come from?
In the Williams, George Russell is fastest of all in the first sector. He's got no one else around him. He's got no spray. He's the first to meet the conditions. He's got perfect visibility. Hamilton's quicker. Oh, Hamilton was only a 33.842. Russell is 7/10 faster than him. Russell is flying.
What's this?
Do not tell me we're in for a Williams pole and it will be George Russell.
Please.
Yeah, well, if I was George Russell, I would have had my fingers crossed, my toes crossed, your lucky underwear, kissing a rabbit's foot. Hamilton was sliding, coming out as well. Russell's second sector time is coming up shortly at the line, and Hamilton, and then the checkered flag is out, the session's over. It's a 55.016. Russell is fastest in the second sector. Russell could get pole. Oh my goodness me. Hamilton is 54.9, so he's a 10th off. Russell's still there. What's Russell doing? I don't think anybody knows what Russell's doing at the moment. This is unbelievable.
He's coming onto the line.
Russell is next up. Here he is at the moment. He is a man flying. So's Lewis Hamilton. We don't want to see Lewis, Mr. Director. We want to see George Russell into the bus stop. He's fast. Can he be faster than Lewis Hamilton to the line? George Russell in the Williams crosses the line and goes to pole position by 1.4 seconds. George Russell on pole. What can Lewis Hamilton do? Wait for Hamilton. Hamilton to the line. Hamilton second. Russell's on pole. Verstappen! Where's Verstappen? Don't count out Max Verstappen! Perez is third! Don't count out Max Verstappen just yet! He's quick! He is quick by 3/10. Hamilton was 13 thousandths off! But what can Max Verstappen do? Vettel goes third! Vettel third! Russell on pole! But can the Flying Dutchman do anything about it? Yes! Verstappen's on pole, but it's George Russell who starts second for the Belgian Grand Prix, and Max Verstappen starts on pole. Williams starts second. What a fantastic race! Wow!
You're really excited. Still, they're on the front row. Williams are on the front row.
Max Verstappen has pole position by 0.3 of a second to George Russell. Danny Ricciardo starts P4. 2 minutes 8.64. It's not over yet. Watch out for Esteban Ocon. The Dutch fans are going crazy for Verstappen. And my pick for pole has happened. But boy, oh boy, in my heart of hearts, I was hoping and praying for George Russell.
Still, that's good that Russell has got to 2. He's second on the grid. That's higher than Lewis.
In a Williams.
What's his highest?
Second.
Pole?
Back. Russell's highest grid slot is second in a Mercedes at Shakir last year.
This is in a Williams.
In a Williams, George Russell starts in second place. I tell you what, if he is not in a Mercedes next year, that is abysmal. Bottas qualifies P8. George Russell in a Williams out-qualifies Lewis Hamilton by 13 thousandths of a second. But it's Max Verstappen on pole. But George Russell, he has just done a Senna-esque performance. He echoes what Senna did in 1984 in a wet weather Monaco. He was so close, but he will start in the front row with Max Verstappen alongside.
Yes! Oh man, that was so difficult out there, but that is simply lovely. Great start after the break, guys. Lovely.
Well done, mate. Mega job. Difficult conditions, and you got George up there as well with you.
Really good job. We needed that. Great job, guys.
I think someone in the Williams garage must have fainted when that happened.
I've never jumped up like that. When Hamilton crossed the line and it was second, I thought Russell's on pole. And then Verstappen had that last 3 tenths.
I bet this is really weird for him.
Look at that. If that is not George Russell, to echo what James Hunt said, he's not going to be world champion this year. He's undoubtedly going to be a world champion of the future. And if Mercedes don't sign him, they've made a really bad decision. Let's just confirm this. George Russell in a Williams has outqualified both of the Mercedes. Starts second on the grid. Lewis Hamilton starts third. And the man that George Russell wants to replace, Valtteri Bottas, in wet weather conditions in a Mercedes, can only qualify P8. George Russell, you have just shown yourself to the world that is more than a race win to him. In a Williams, he's qualified second.
That is shocking. I feel like Max is looking at him just like a proud father almost. Just like, I'm so proud of you.
That is unbelievable. Tomorrow, down to turn 1. It probably won't last that long. Unless it's in the wet weather conditions. Then
But who knows, he might leave.
If it's raining tomorrow, George Russell is dominant in the wet. We've just seen it. He could win in a Williams tomorrow.
I really, really hope that happens.
Mercedes have been nowhere in the wet this weekend. Nowhere in the dry yesterday in the 2 practice sessions. Nowhere in the wet today. George Russell and Williams have come alive. And honestly,
so did Lando.
The beers are on Russell. If that is not him to Mercedes for next year, I don't know. Valtteri's part. If the discussions are still ongoing, that will be Valtteri looking at that and thinking, it's time to leave Formula One.
Do you know, I reckon the 3 most dominant teams in the wet at the moment are McLaren, Williams, and I also think the other one is Red Bull.
Yeah. Not Mercedes, though.
And then it's Aston Martin.
I am sweating from head to toe. I think a whole change of clothes is needed for later on. We've got the W series next as well. That could be just as dramatic.
Oh, it's definitely going to be just as dramatic.
Oh. I have never, ever seen a session like that.
I'm going to pick a winner for W series.
Let's go over to the chat quickly and get those reactions as well. Sooners, oh my God. I think that confirms his seat in Mercedes. Adam saying George Russell on the front row, awesome. Sooners saying Red Bull's first pole in Spa, qualifying after 10 years. Yep, since 2011. The last qualifying session I missed with the Belgian Grand Prix in 2011 due to Kellyanne's wedding. And Sooners saying love Max's helmet. Oh.
You never guess who I've picked to win.
Jessica Hawkins. Yeah. I'd go with that.
She needs it.
Mark Webber, post-qualifying interviews. Well, let's hear from George first of all.
Oh my God, mate. First front row start in Formula One. What a
Well, hang
performance.
on. Second.
I don't know what to say, to be honest.
He started on the front row in
I
Bahrain.
thought we'd have been doing a good job to get out of Q1, how we got on yesterday, and now we're standing here in the front row. I think the guys did an amazing job today. You know, was on the track always at the right time. Car was feeling great, had so much confidence, so on to tomorrow now.
Yeah, I mean, it started in Q1, the inspired call on the intermediate. You looked great in that session, and then just run us through that last lap then, because it was the level of grip that you found under the circumstance and the pressure, you know, with the red flag and everything. So, extraordinary performance.
Fantastic. Right, that's it. We've got to go because we've got to get ready for W Series.
Yes, we do.
Let's just go through the results one more time, just to stroke the egos. It's Max Verstappen on pole position.
George Russell in a Williams is in second place. Lewis Hamilton starts third. Danny Ricciardo starts fourth, the highest McLaren. Sebastian Vettel starts fifth. Pierre Gasly starts sixth. Sergio Perez ends up down in P7. Valtteri Bottas in eighth. Esteban Ocon is ninth. And Lando Norris, if he can start the race in that position, will start in P10. But also remember, it's bad news for Valtteri Bottas because he carries a 5-place grid penalty with him for contact at the Hungarian Grand Prix for causing that start line crash.
Oh, yeah.
So that is Bottas down in 13th place, yeah.
That increases Latifi to 11th.
Yeah, that puts Latifi up there as well for Williams. Williams could score major points tomorrow, especially if it's wet. So Bottas, with that 5-place grid penalty, starts 13th on the grid. So then we'll have Ocon, Norris, Leclerc, Latifi. Then we'll have Sainz. And then we'll have Alonso, Stroll, Giovinazzi, Tsunoda, Schumacher, Raikkonen and Mazepin on the board. Oh. How on earth are we going to cover the W Series now?
Dramatically.
I know. I don't know what's next. I really do not know what's next. But you are going to find out just as much as me and Megan because it's on tomorrow. And when I say it's on, I mean it is on. The battle for pole position is on for tomorrow's race as well. Megan, who's your tip for race winner tomorrow?
I'm really going to go for George Russell.
I think, yeah, good call. So join us in just a few moments' time. We have a little delay for the W Series because you don't know what time that's going to start, but we will start 5 minutes before the race actually starts. So keep your alerts on YouTube as well. I don't say this quite often. But Murray often said one thing, and he was often right. Look at the rain now coming down as well. This isn't it, but look at the rain. So this W Series race might be delayed. But after a absolutely fantastic qualifying, I've got to stop because I've got a lump in my throat. Join us tomorrow for the Belgian Grand Prix with Max Verstappen on pole, George Russell alongside him, and Lewis Hamilton and Danny Ricciardo on row 2. Thanks for your company throughout the last 2 hours. Join us in a bit for W Series. Goodbye to you all.